G'day boys. So today we're going to be doing a tier list of all the shard cards in Season 1, Chapter 2 of Fragpunk, and got to give a shout out to Snow Buried for doing this. This came out just on the Twitter feed, and I was like, I have to do this. So here we are. This is going to be from a Punkmaster point of view, top 1000 in the world currently, and I got a couple of hours underneath my belt. So this is coming from Punkmaster in ranked, but there's also a lot of cards in here that are just solely for unrated and like quick play. So I'm going to be rating those as well, depending on how well effective and how good they are. For the S and A tier, basically going to be like always pick them or always ban them depending on which side you're at. And then B and C is going to be like kind of situational. And then D and F is kind of like just you just want to waste some shards because they're kind of useless. Like sometimes you want to skip, you just want to like keep your shards. Like don't pick these unless it's like the last round of the half and you need to pick them just because you got extra shards. And I've zoomed it in here so you kind of can see a little bit more, because if you zoom out, it's very hard to see what they're all about. So I've just zoomed in a bit here. Do I have to be fully... I can't be zoomed in for it. Sorry, boys. Black holes, I'm gonna put this in A tier. It's like a solid defense one. If there's not any like S tier cards, it won't get banned, but it's not overly that powerful because you just shoot the traps before they even activate to begin with. So you got Pathogen, Jaeger, so forth. You just shoot them and then the black hole doesn't get activated anyway. So it's kind of useless, especially because I play sonar. Most of the time I use my echo device before I push the site. So all the traps get pinged and we shoot them before we even push. But there is sometimes spots like just behind like a pixel that you can't shoot. So you do have to push and be exposed to that, which activates the black hole. But overall, I don't think it's really an S tier card. It's still a really decent card at that, but it can be easily countered. Total back, I would probably put into B. It's can be quite annoying at times, especially if the enemies are not looking at you, they're running away from you, but you know, you shoot their legs and it does the same thing. Obviously you can't hit headshot damage because of this, but you shoot their legs, has the same effect. But it can be a little bit irritating, but it's not like a crazy card that is going to win you the round. So that's like a solid B tier. Definitely pickable 100%, but it's not like insta-banned, rarely. But Eye of the Reaper. Ooh, I want to put this in S tier because it's basically when you plant the bomb, it exposes all enemies around the bomb. Let me zoom in for you. Oh shit. Exposes nearby enemies after planting. So once you get the bomb down, it exposes all enemies. So if you're on attack, it exposes all the defense players coming to retake it. But when you're on defense, it pings all the enemies who've planted the bomb. So like this is amazing if you're on defense. But the situation is that you have to let them plant first, and because you're on defense, you pick second. So if you don't ban this card, they're most likely going to pick it, which makes retaking such a hassle because they get free wall hacks pinged on you every couple of seconds. So I would say it's an absolute S tier, but the condition is you have to plant the bomb. And in some instances, you just wipe the team before they even plant the bomb, making this card completely useless and a waste of 4 shards. But once it's down, you basically low-key unlosable unless you throw the round. This is Birdman, I believe. Let me just zoom in real quick. Birdman, yeah, fall, like you fall like less, slower when you're ADSing. Yeah, okay. Not crazy. I mean, like if I got extra 2 shards, I'll probably pick it, but usually you just get gunned down because you just kind of like, you jump and then you're like, ooh, and people just spam you. If people aren't really expecting it and you can kind of like jump peek, do it, then it'll kind of catch people off guard. But Birdman low-key just like, I'd rather just pick a lot of other different cards for 2 shards than this. Obviously, if I got lots of shards spare, then sure, why not? It can be quite interesting and maybe beneficial. But there's so many other cards I'd rather pick than Birdman. Ricochet, they'll have to put this in S tier. This is crazy for clearing traps, clearing corners, clearing sights, especially when you got the LMG. Just spray that fucker, spray all the angles. Especially when you ping all the traps, you can just bounce them off the wall. Sometimes it can be quite tedious to correctly position your aim and bullets to line up where you want it to go. I fully haven't mastered that, but you usually just spray consistently in one spot and kind of move it around until you get to where it deflects in the place that you want it to go. But usually this card either gets banned, especially when you're on defense. Defense players don't like this. I don't like this when I'm playing defense because you can just take a bunch of fucking damage. Bunch of shit gets destroyed. It's just a complete nuisance. So this is banned quite often and picked when it's not banned. I rate this card heaps for for 2 shards. This is like low-key S tier, I would say, because of its let me zoom in, detect enemy gadgets nearby. So when you're pushing sites, it's amazing. For attacking sides, for defense, it's not that crazy. I mean, if you're trying to flank or whatnot, it can be good, especially if you're playing retake as well. So you can get all the traps and everything marked on your HUD through the wall hack ability. So, well, not ability, you just be able to see them through the walls essentially when you go to retake. But I would say I'm going to put it into A tier. I want to put it in S tier, but I just think that, you know, sometimes there's this other cards a little bit better. It's very decent if you're attacking, but it's not that useful if you're defending. So it's like more of an attacking side card, and usually the defense players would ban this, especially me. If we have a trap heavy team, I'll just ban this to make it, because it makes it so much easier for teams to push site. Freeze bullet, I'd probably put this into S tier, maybe a low S tier. This can win gunfights, especially if you're in a 1v1 and the guy like kind of swings wide, he can't swing back in. So you can slow people down, especially if someone's about to run around the corner, you freeze them, and that freeze, that slow of the 55% allows you just to get in before they go around the corner as well. It stops people from getting away from a retrade. So if you peek and then you die, and then the other teammate peeks right away before the other teammate can, the enemy can run away, you can get that shot into him because of the freeze bullet from your previous teammate who died, and get that refrag. I think it's quite good. This also gets banned quite a lot. It also gets picked basically every single round as well. Explosive specialist. This is a solid S tier, especially in Punkmaster, because everyone has nade lineups. A lot of people have nade abilities, for example. So if you combo this with other cards and you have like an Axon, for example, who spams nades, this can just be detrimental to winning the round, because you just spam the fuck out of your nade pistols, clear half the site, or kill people, because one nade, because it's 1 shard plus 20%. So you can put like this into, put it 4 and you have 80% damage, so that you can kill people even when it's not like landed on them, because in this game, if a nade lands on top of you, you will die from it. But this can land like kind of close to you and it will kill you. Like that's how crazy the damage can be with this. It also deals a fuck ton of damage early round, which can just ultimately let you win the round, because most of their teammate is low due to the AoE damage that you've caused from the nades. And this is enlarge projectile. So they become bigger and badder, gradually increase in size and damage during trajectory. It has its place, but I don't think it's like crazy, you know what I mean? Because it becomes bigger, you just see it and you're like, oh, move to the side, and then you don't take no damage. So probably put that in probably a B tier, to be honest. It has its place, but the fact that it grows bigger, you can just see it and it's like, oh, okay, you just move to the side and you just don't get hit. So maybe in this case, I'll probably put it in C tier. Like it's very situational, I would say. Bullet upgrade, S tier all the way. You combo this and this, like by enemy team. So this bullet upgrade, for example, if you have the nade blaster, you shoot it and it lands, and then it goes into like, I don't know, like 8 other pieces. So it's like your kind of shrapnel goes boom, and then it explodes again like a raise nade. So it goes into another bunch, a bunch of little nades, and that does damage as well. So the AoE is increased from the nade because of that, and all the other little ones do damage. So I've gotten heaps of kills off the rip with this card being activated, because it just does that extra ripple of AoE with the shrapnel going out and exploding up, after the initial nade. So that's deadly as, especially if you get the perfect lineups on the defensive players or attacking players, like it just takes them out of the game. I do also want to say thank you to all the recent support and all my other Fragpunk videos. I've recently hit YouTube partner because of it, so I want to thank you guys so much for that. I've always been so close to hitting YouTube partner in the past, like maybe 4 or 5 times in the past. I've gone up to 3K hours watch time. or like 2.5 or whatnot, which isn't close to the 4K mark, but I've actually officially hit it. So I want to say thank you guys for that. And if you want to subscribe for some more awesome content. And next up, we got Long Dash. I want to put it in S tier, but I'm going to put it like high A tier. Oh, I don't know. It's really good because if you max this bad boy out, you can beat defense players to certain choke points. That's how crazy it is. And even if you're on defense, like you can get so much ground by just one dash. You can catch off nearly every single attacking player that isn't aware that they've got the card, or they're just kind of not really aware that how fast you can dash up with it. Like, I'm going to put it in S tier actually because of the impact that you can have on this. This also allows you to attack with the knife. So, you know, when you hold the knife down, you charge and then you dash, you can just clear sight with it. Like you can jiggle an angle with your knife and then just jump, peek, stab, dash, and then you kill them. Unless they just like double headshot you straight off the rip. But like it's so good in the sense that you can make so much ground with it. You can push so fast with it, and you can also dash kill people from a crazy range. So like I feel like the impact on the game it has is it's always picked or it's always banned depending on how people are playing the game. So I wanted to put an A tier, but I was like, oh, the impact it has, it changed the tide of that round depending if it's used to its best abilities. Small heads, I'm gonna put it in A tier. I don't think it's really an S tier card. It's a good card. I do pick it quite a bit as well. But in this game, some people don't always hit heads. Even in Punkmaster level, like not everyone's just double headshotting everyone like a fucking crazy aim master god. So like it's not that crazy. Obviously, it can let you win fights depending, because people sometimes flick on the head and they miss because it's so much smaller, which is good. But that's why it's an A tier, because like some people just body shot and get kills. Some people don't even aim for heads. So it's sometimes in that retrospect, it's just not that amazing, but it's still a very decent card. Same with Ironhead. This reduces the headshot multiplier. It's basically the same reasoning for the small heads. Not everyone goes for headshots. And if you're using a sniper and you're holding a close range angle anyway, you just body shot insta kill him. So it doesn't even bother for that point. But in some instances, these cards do allow you to win fights because of the small head or the neglecting damage multiplier for the headshot damage. So it depends on who you're playing essentially, but they're still great cards, just not S tier worthy. Double treasure is B tier. Sure, you know, getting treasure is important, get you the extra shards and whatnot, but it's not the main focus. I think it's still a pretty decent pick, but it is quite situational. I prefer invest in the future, which is down here. So I think it's a decent card, but you've got some extra shards, just put it in there. But obviously I would want to save my shards for one of these cards up here. Invest in the future. Oh, it's a hard one. I want to put it in S tier, but I might put it in high A tier, because if I have a choice of any of these ones, I'm picking these ones over this one for sure. You know what I mean? Like 100%. And maybe even these ones. So like, you know, mid. Because like if you get this in the first round or the second round of the half, like, oh, banger, fantastic. Like, it sets you up financially pretty well. That allows you to get like 2 5 shard cards like the next round if you play your cards right. So it's like pretty damn decent in that sense, that if you get this on first round, round 2, you can get like 10 shards like next round. So it's very good in allowing you to stack up on your shards and your economy. So it's very good in that sense, but obviously I'd pick one of these cards over that. But then again, I could kind of pick this round 1 over these ones. But yeah, situational. But it's a very decent card. And this one's the movement speed one, I believe. Let me zoom in here. Emergency evacuation when under movement. When under attack, movement speed's 20%. That's pretty decent. I thought it was the other one where you go out of combat, you run faster. But this one, I would say it's pretty A tier, because when you're under attack and you're fighting them, right? You get that initial boost, like that 20% movement speed. So when you're both fighting each other, you're both spraying. And as I've said in my past videos, that you want to be moving while you shoot. So that makes you move faster, which makes you be a tracking target harder to hit, because you're moving quicker than the normal pace that people usually walk at. So like that can give you that kind of edge against a 1v1 if you're both like spraying each other. So like you both move and you're both spraying, like you're gonna have that faster movement speed, which he wouldn't be used to because of the plus 20%. So like his tracking might be a little bit off because he's not used to the sensitivity of the difference. So like in that sense, it's pretty damn good. Also, like if you're running and someone peeks, you go, ooh, and then you kind of get a little bit more opportunity to engage in that duel and maybe win it or turn it against him. But pretty solid A tier car. Eagle Eyes, is this scans when you're looking at him? Expose all enemies in the line of sight. Yeah. S tier card. S tier card. Or I want to say, because it's 2 shards. It's 2 shard points, right? So remember this, it's 2 shard points, which is really, really good for what it does. So expose all enemies in line of sight. Because sometimes in this game, you can't see someone. Someone might be on the edge of the smoke. Someone might be peeking another angle you're not looking at, and it completely exposes their outline. So it gives you wall hacks as long as they're in your line of sight. It also helps your teammates know where their enemies are as well, because it exposes them on the mini map when you are using it. So I kind of like it because it gives you info. It allows you visual wall hacks when you're not even noticing someone, because sometimes in this game you just don't see someone's elbow. Like an elbow pixel will peek out, and this will ping them. So I think it's really good for 2 shards, and honestly, it's a must pick. I've never seen this card not get picked before. Beauty Sleep, put it in C tier. I mean, it's not that great, to be honest. It can be good, like if you, on attacking side, you go take a 1v1, you win it, you get that info, you're like, I got one here, you're just gonna go fucking sleep down and get your regen back, don't have to waste a pathogen heal for it, or go and fight a shard to get the healing pot. So I think it's quite good, but it's very situational, and there's a lot of better cards to pick from it. This one is melee only, I believe. Close quarter combat, both teams can only use melee weapons. I'm pretty sure this is only in quick play. I like it. I think it's quite nice, because it adds a nice element to surprise. Obviously, this is more focused on ranked play, but I think it's still quite good. Very situational, but if you're losing a lot of gunfights against better players and you pick this, then you got a better chance of winning the round for sure. This is Chain Lightning. Put it in B tier. I've never seen this really work too well, because I've never seen so many people grouped up for it to work. So I haven't seen it in great effect. I think it would be quite situational. Has to be that the team are all pushing together to get that damage multiplier from going to one player to another one. But like I've said, I've never really seen it happen in action. I've never seen someone get like a triple kill because of this. So I'm just going to put it in B tier. Better cards to pick above it for sure. Dragon's Breath. That's like a high A tier. This one, it just does so much more damage for the shotguns. And if you're pushing you're pushing defense, someone's sitting around a corner with the auto shotty, like he can clean up 2 of you before he has to reload, because it does so much goddamn damage compared to the normal auto. Because the normal auto, sometimes you have to use a whole mag to kill 1 person, but with this you can kill 2 people with 1 mag. Like that's how good it is. And if like you combo this with Axon, for example, you combo this with Corona, like it makes them more diabolical when you're attacking. So I think this card is very decent, and I tend to ban this now and then depending on how the enemies are playing. God, dude, my voice is dying. Oh, man, my voice is dying, and we're not even like halfway through all the cards. Holy shit, man. God have mercy on me. Clone a Lancer. Oh, like, this is good. I want to put in S tier, because you can have 5 nitros or like 3 nitros and 2 pathogens on defense, and you have like all these crazy nitro boosts, and like you just get farmed. Like I usually tend to ban this if I'm attacking. I've never really used it on attacking side. I've never done some like funny comp like 5 Coronas or something before. I feel like that'd be quite nice, quite funny, but it's definitely ban this card if I'm on attacking side, because they can make some crazy setups with nitro and pathogen and just like kind of ruin your day. So I tend to always ban this if I am attacking, because one time I didn't ban this card, they picked it, and I got killed by a nitro off the rip on one side of the map, and my teammate got killed on the rip on the other side of the map, and I was like, okay, not cool. Pull the Plug, I would say is a good A tier card. This is quite like, it's like an ego thing essentially. So you pick this, it's like I'm gonna outfrag the enemy team. They don't need it. Like there's no added multiplayers in this round. There's no benefits, positive, negatives from all these cards, right? It's just down to your aim, your game sense versus their aim and their game sense. That's about it, right? Also, it's quite like a dick tugging contest as well when you're in the picking screen, because it's like, oh, who's going to pull the plug? Because if you don't ban it, one of you is going to pick it. So you're either going to waste your 4 shards and the other guy's going to keep all these shards, or you're just going to go through, and if you're defense, you just get like your last card pick on it essentially. But sometimes people ban this, sometimes people don't. It just depends on the lobby, but all around it's a pretty decent card. Regenerative Therapy is usually picked or banned depending on the card selection. It basically just regens health over time. Very, very decent, very good. I rate it all the way around. Always getting picked or always getting banned for sure. I wouldn't say it's like an S tier. Like I'd rather pick one of these ones over this for sure, but it's very good. Blade Master is a pretty good A tier as well, but it's very easily like countable in my opinion. Just shoot their legs. Shoot their legs, man. Play distance and shoot legs, and Blade Master is useless. But if people are using teamwork and using Blade Master, that's completely different, because if someone peeks an angle with Blade Master, right, and then you go, oh shit, and then you insta flick to their legs, but their teammate behind them peeks you and kills you, then that's when it becomes a really annoying card to deal with. But in some instances, people just don't use teamwork, and they just pull out the Blade Master thinking the Blade Master is going to do all the work for them, and you just rim their legs and they die instantly. So it's a clutch card. Sometimes, like I said, S and A tier are quite banned and picked cards. So this one is either banned or picked quite a lot, but not as much as the S tier ones. So I rate it as a good A card. This plant one I'd say is like a B tier. It can be good and it can be bad at the same time. So the cloaking plants make big, like lots of grass all over the map, and then these purple little plants have like quite a big AoE. You can fit like maybe 3 players in it if you really wanted to. So that's the tricky part. So like you have these cloaking plants. I know where they are on the map because I've versed the card so many times. So I just tend to just pre-fire them, right? But that's also a negative as well, because I'm pre-firing these plants, and one, I can miss because the AoE is quite big, so I'm shooting 2 to the left or 2 to the right of the enemy, and he just bops me in the head and I die. Or there's no one in that plant, I'll just give him the info that there's one at least towards A bomb site, you know? So it's good that, it's very situational, but it's a pretty decent card overall. I'd just rather pick a lot of other cards over that. And especially sometimes if you're attacking, you do ban this card. So I was tempted to put an A tier, but I'm just gonna keep it like a high B, because sometimes you just don't pick it because of like it gives the edge on the enemy team depending on how they play. And projects fall flat. So this is when your enemy team's projectiles just goes straight back down. This is really good. Amazing for basically both sides, attacking and defense. It completely pushes util out of the question. You can't pre-nade anything, you can't pre-molotov, you can't pre-smoke, you can't pre-flash, like anything. It completely like util. No, it just makes utility completely useless. Bit of fumble of English there, but it completely makes the utility useless. Like it's just ass. So this always gets picked, always gets banned without question. It's an amazing 10 out of 10 card. This one's exposed. You don't get exposed, I think. Stealthy start for 30 seconds after combat begins. You cannot be exposed. Like this is good and bad. Very situational. I'll probably put it in probably B tier. I'll probably pick it over these ones for sure. But it's like, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just Because if like you use it and you're like, we're gonna rush because we're not gonna get pinged. Like we're just gonna hear you with audio sounds anyway. Like I'm gonna hear you running towards B main as a rush, regardless if you have this or not. So, you know, it's not like if it's like silent steps, then it's kind of like, ooh, okay. But overall, it's a solid B tier. King of Egg, I'll probably put it in A tier, probably a low A tier, if that. It's pretty good that you can spam eggs. So when you crouch for 10 seconds, a little egg pops up that gives you 10 HP, which you can consume like when like a healing pod. You just click F on it. Obviously, it takes 10 seconds to pop, but you can spam these. So start around, you get to your little posse on backside or whatever, and you start popping these eggs down. So, and then you can take maybe an aggressive fight. You get a kill, but you're down to 70 HP. You go back and you collect 4 of your eggs. You got 40 extra HP into the round, which is really good because HP does matter in this game. So when you are taking fights, the more HP you have, the more likely you're going to win the fight. Safety glasses is good. It stops blinds, but I'll say it's quite situational because some people don't even fucking use flashbangs. So what's the fucking point? If you have a crazy Corona main ruining your team on defense, then probably should pick this. Or people have crazy flashbang lineups and are pop flashing you before they run into sight, then you should probably use this. But if your enemy team's not using flashbangs, there's no need to pick it. HP converter is for healing. Healing your team when you're near them. Quite good, quite situational. I low-key want to put this in A tier though. I was thinking B, but I was like, it's quite good, but this forces your teammate to, whoever has the converter, to play very passive. Or everyone's just going to group towards the person having the converter, and that could give away a lot of information early/late round, but overall it's not too bad. Do you have to give it props though, because healing in this game is a little bit OP, because if you have a lot of healing cards and you just wait and be patient and you go back to full HP after taking fights, like, you can ultimately win the round because of it. Return to Sender, I fucking hate this card. I hate people that pick it. Basically, when you take damage, you get put straight back into spawn. I think it's a shit card and also a great card at the same time. Like, it's frustrating because when you're on defense, I mean, I'll do why I'm frustrated. When you're on attack and you go to peek someone and you shoot, like, they're in a position where you can capitalize and get that kill. So you can make it a 4v5. But because they've got this card, they get returned back to spawn. So when attackers pick this card, I, on defense, will go aggressive because I get a free life, all right? I can get some early damage or even a kill and get the info where they're going on this on any map, because I know I'm going to push, and the only penalizing thing I'm going to get done is I'm going to take 30 or 40 damage from a bullet. And then I'm going to get all that information. So it's like, it's a very situational card in the terms of when people pick it. And it's also really good if you're on attack and then you just push aside and you just teleport all of them back to spawn. However, that makes it just a 5v5 retake, which is not good. So it has its positive and negatives to it. I just think that there's so many better cards to pick, and I'd rather just not pick it at all, because it just doesn't make you quite, it's not quite beneficial depending on how you play it. If you've got a great team that is going to capitalize on people going back to spawn, then for sure, go for it. But there's so many better cards to pick, and it just kind of ruins making your game 4v5 or pushing great sites, or defensive wise, you get someone pushing into your crosshair and you go to get a free kill, but they teleport back to spawn. So it's just not great. Like, whoever picks it, you're allowing the enemy team to have a free life. So it's just not that great. It can work in some certain situations for pushing a site very quickly, but it just makes it a 5v5. So I'm not a fan. I'm going to put it like low-key in C tier because I'm just a personal hater. Headshot damage multiplier, that's a solid A tier. Obviously, don't pick this card if they have cards like Iron Head or like Invol Heady over here. But it's pretty decent. You can depending on how many shards you put into it, like you can one-shot headshot people with the Fever or the Phantom, I'm gonna call it. The Phantom. So it's a pretty damn decent card depending on how many shards you put in it for sure. Dibs, B tier, situational card. Only you can break the treasures, which is good, because that doesn't allow them to get any shards or any heals. So that's pretty good in that sense, that only you and your team can get those heals or the shards, but I'd rather match a lot of these cards above it for sure. But it's still a pretty decent card. Like I said, B and C, situational. Converting time, I would say probably put that in A tier. Especially if you're on attacking, you usually want to ban this card, because them making it like an 80-second defuse time gives them so much time to play around it and work with and play so methodically to retake the site, that you can just kind of get just squished out and just lose the round, because they have so much time to just slowly clear all the angles, all the traps. So like in this sense, you kind of, if they pick this, you kind of have to go on like really aggressive on post plant, because they can just slowly whittle you down, which is not good because they got so much extra time. Because the point of planting the bomb and playing post plant is that you're playing the time, but this card gives them more time for you to, so there's no point even playing post plant. So it can really turn the tide in retaking the site. But then again, situational, because you have to plant the bomb. So you can just kill all the defense players before you even plant the bomb. So the card becomes useless and it's a waste of shards for the defense players. HUD, probably like C tier. I've never pulled this off. So basically what it is that it you can tear off your health bar and swap it with the enemies. So tear your health off by swapping health with your target lancer. So you put off, but you have to see them in your line of sight. So unless you get real sneaky and you somehow get behind them and then trade their health bars, then for sure, crazy card. But like, you're never really ever gonna do this. So like, it's just low-key a waste of shards. Vampire of the Night. Ooh, pretty damn good. I'd have to say like S tier. Oh, not S tier, like A tier. I want to put an S tier because it's like a very good card. Like, so you gain Variant Power. That power evolves after the team deals enough damage. So you can get like heals back from, so the damage you do, you get heals back from it. You also get like a little shield as well, I believe. I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. But I'm pretty sure you get like 15 shield. Or is that the wolf one I'm thinking about? Anyway, you get heals on this for dealing damage, but you have to meet the condition first. So your team can get wiped before you even meet the condition of dealing enough damage to activate this card. But you will see the massive like indicator on your screen. It's not like a crazy amount of damage you need to do. So like if you get a kill at the start and a little bit more extra damage, like it just gets activated anyway. Also, if you do some pre-nades, you get some early damage. It just fills the bar up. So it's pretty decent in that sense. It's like if the conditions are met, like it's kind of an S tier. But like all these other cards are better than it. Like but I'm gonna put it in like low S because it's a really good card and it can win you rounds because of the regen. Once it takes into effect, that regen can win rounds. Let Me Hear You, just a fucking meme card, just for the boys. Bit of goofy fun, you know. Run a bit faster, but you have to yell, so you gotta hear a bunch of people randomly yell on the mic. It's not in ranked play, it's in quick play, so goofy fun card. Pick it if you just want to have some fun, you know. Bio Warrior. This isn't the one that you explode. I've seen people win rounds with this card. Like I've seen people run out of ammo and they just get slapped by the zombie. And the zombie's like, you only need 2 bullets to kill the zombies. Like they got weak ass HP, but the fact that you respawn and then you can still play like post bomb, fake out people's like defusers. So because they'll hear you running, so like someone goes to stick the defuse, you can kind of like run as a zombie and then they kind of get off it. You can play around corners and stuff. You can help, you can get baited, so you can run into the site and the enemy team will shoot you and then your teammate can refrag. Like it has a lot of good uses and it's a pretty good card in general, and you can pick it. A lot of people do pick it because of the versatility that it can have, and you can also win rounds as well. Like you come back as a zombie, is 2v1, you both get taken out in a 1v2, but you both come back as zombie, the guy runs out of ammo and you both maul him to death. So it's pretty decent. And the next one here is a casual card, Squat Master. Every time you crouch, increase your max HP. This isn't in ranked, but it's really good because you get more HP when you crouch. So solid A tier, because max HP and extra regen are just like solid cards that you should always kind of pick. Beauty Sleep is pretty meh though, so because the regen speed takes so long to do. Same with Whetstone, is an A tier. Probably put it like up here. You just stab your teammates to regen health on them, so top tier. You just stand there slashing at them, which does give audio notifications if you are close by to some enemies, then they'll know that you're doing it. But either way, you're going to be getting back to full HP just by hitting a stab. This is a bit situational though, because you can't be like pushing a site and be like, yo bro, stab me man. Like nah, finish clearing the site and then we can do it post plant. But yeah, pretty decent because you can regain HP. This one's pretty situational. It gets rid of damage indicators. I'll probably put this in C to be honest. Like it's not like amazing. Like I don't need damage indicators to know where people are shooting me from. If you do, it's just a skill diff, unlucky. But all these other cards up here are just way better. Melon Rins, fucking annoying as fuck. I'm putting that shit in A tier. Melon Rins. I ban this shit if I'm on attack. Melon Rins rounds, dude. They win fucking rounds, okay? Like, you put them in the most obscene places on bomb sites and choke points and stuff, and people just, it just makes you slip straight around the floor, peeks, gets you killed, dies. You can also use this on attack. I've used it only once, and we did it on, when we pushed the site, we just threw melon rings like through the window before we pushed, and it made the retake so slow, and we ended up winning the round because the enemy teams kept running into our melon rings and falling down. So it's a really decent card. I usually ban this if I am attacking though, because of the impact it has and how many you get. I think you get like 3 or 4 per person, so you can just scatter them around the map and put them in different little laneways that people were running, and it just slows them down and it stops them from like doing an aggressive push, planting the bomb, etc. Like it's pretty decent overall. Really good card. KD Compassion. Ooh, I'm putting this in S tier. I'm putting KD Compassion in S tier because of its player with KD with minus. So anything under a positive KD, they gain 10% increased rate of fire and 25% damage reduction. This has let me win rounds because of my teammates not being that great. So if your teammates are struggling, give them this card, gives them a morale boost, get some kills, and you get right back into the game because of it. Because that increased rate of fire is good, allows you to kill them before they kill you, but the 25 damage reduction is like allows you to be a tank in 1v1s. So if your teammates are struggling, they kind of need that morale boost. So you give them this card and they get some kills, maybe 1 or 2 in the round, and that kind of gives them that confidence that they need to go on the next. So it's like a morale booster, but it also allows you to win rounds because your bottom fraggers or the players not playing too well become a bit more buff. All right, it gives them a bit more confidence as well. So that can allow you to win the round. It's like a mind game kind of card. But if your enemy team are a lot of people under on a negative KD, ban that shit straight away. I always ban that shit. If there's more than like 3 players on their team and a negative KD, ban that shit straight away. Barrier Destruction, S tier. This gets banned or picked always. That you can basically nearly be on site in some maps with this. You destroy a wall and then like, the problem is you need to not peek the next wall because you can only destroy one wall and then you can run up before the defense wall. But don't expose yourself at the defense wall because the defenders can see you through that wall, and they're like, oh shit, the whole team is here. Quick, let me jump off site, and everyone's going to rotate for a quick 5v5 retake. So you can play it well that you can destroy the wall and then just hide behind the corner, and then when the time is up, then push like crazy. But also a lot of people can counter this as well, but it just kind of depends on the teams you're playing and how your team is acting, but it's a really good play. Even defense side players can use this just to 5-man rush you. So all around, amazing card. And this card I fucking hate. Itchy fucking triggers. Oh my god. I fucking hate this card with a passion. It is so ass. Easy counter to it is just to switch weapons, switch to your melee, before the itchy trigger time, because it has like that little timer that counts as like you're about to shoot, you switch to your knife and then you go back. I think they changed it though, so you can just switch it and it cancels it. But I used to just go back to my knife. But even then, like that can be so poorly timed. And especially if a couple of your teammates are already dead, so that means you will always get it. So if you're in a 1v2 situation, you will get the itchy triggers every 10 seconds, I think it is. So that makes it like impossible to win that round. Every 5 seconds, sorry. So if you're in a 1v2 situation trying to retake the bomb site, every 5 seconds you're going to shoot like boom, boom, boom. Or you have to switch and hold your knife out and switch, which makes it just basically impossible to win the round, okay? Like unless they just throw the round and just both double peek you and you just rinse them straight away. But it's the most annoying card. I hate it, and I thank God they took it out of ranked. Oh man, I was molding over that shit. The next one is, I think this is Treasure, Hidden Cameras. Yeah, situational card. I mean, it's not too bad. It allows you to get early info, but at the same time, it's kind of like you just shoot the treasures and it becomes useless. So early info is good, but once the treasure's destroyed, it's fucking just kind of ass. So I don't know. I like the early info, but yeah, I'll probably put it in C tier because I'd rather like some of these cards over that. Yeah, not amazing. Oh, Invulnerable Heady. That's a fucking S tier. This shit is always banned or always picked. It basically allows Nitro mains to be gods given gift on the world, okay? You give this to Nitro, she can sit on some disgusting heady angle with Invul Flame. You cannot kill her. You sit on a heady with this, you can't be killed. It's absolutely ass. And especially if you're always aiming for headshots, you're like, oh shit, you gotta readjust your aim to hit bodies, you're already dead. You know, it's a 10 out of 10 card. Always pick this card if you can. Like, it's top tier. Dude, my voice is going, man. My voice is fucking going. It's already been 40 minutes, dude. Oh, what the fuck, man. There's so many cards, dude. Holy shit. Death's Embrace. I gotta speed this up a little bit. A tier. It makes an AoE. Gives you 3, like, so once you take damage, it has like an AoE effect when a big scythe's gonna come and swipe you away. But you have like 3 seconds to get out of it. This is really good because if you shoot someone back sight, and the only way for them to get out of that Reaper's Scythe is to peek back into your line of sight and face you, it's really good. Also helps people pushing sights, that pushes them off sight. Also, if people are trying to push down a choke point, it blocks off that choke point because of that damage. So it's a real decent card all the time. This one is Eat Your Traps, I think. The converter has 1,005. Okay, so if you're attacking, you have to ban this card. You have to ban this card. I'm putting an S tier because I've won so many rounds by destroying the converter. So if I'm attacking, you always want to ban this, without a doubt, unless they have like sight deletion maybe. But once your converter's destroyed, it's fucking hide and seek. And sometimes you can't fucking find the other players. So this is a crazy, obviously it's, the variable is you have to destroy the converter. 1,500 damage isn't a crazy amount of damage either. That's like a whole mag from your LMG and maybe like one nade and then it's done. So like if you can kill it early on, like you just need to play hide and seek. And sometimes the enemy team doesn't fully realize that they've lost the converter. So absolute S tier card. This is a casual one, which allows you to move the bomb sites, I think, or is it plant anywhere? Hold on. Attackers can plant the converter. All right, so attackers can plant anywhere. So you can put this on top of like a KZ jump, essentially. It's pretty good, but it also adds 40 seconds on the bomb tire, so you just get pushed. Usually people just plant it in spawn, like when the round starts, but like, because it has 80 seconds, everyone just pushes and collapses on you, and sometimes you're just completely in the open space, bad positions or whatnot. So it can be like quite situational, but it is quick play, so it's quite a fun card to use, and I'd obviously pick this card every time it's available. This card is super ass. I hate this one. This one makes you crouch. So if you start taking damage, you instantly crouch, and then you become a slow moving target, completely ready to get headshotted. So someone peeks the corner, you're in a 1v1, and you're both like, because like I said, I always move when I'm ADS shooting because of the damage, the moving damage, or recoil reduction, sorry, when you're moving. And this makes you instantly crouch, making you 1, an easy as fuck target to hit, and 2, you're not going anywhere, you're gonna die. Headshot level. Because people usually aim like at the body, so you're easier to hit. Headshots easier to hit. It's just an all-round cancer card. Always picked, always banned. This one reduces your limb damage. This can be quite good as well, but obviously if people are just used to aiming at headshots and your body, it can be quite useless, but also it can win you rounds because that one extra bullet that would have killed you because it was shot at your leg or at your arm, allows you to win that 1v1 duel. So it's pretty good card because it stops that extra little bit of damage if people aren't very precise aimers. TikTok on the clock. This one always gets banned. It recently got nerfed a bit because of I think it was the time limit, right? The time limit before it got nerfed. So after 1 minute, I think it was like 1 minute. It's like 1 minute. Was that the nerf? Pre-nerf? I don't know if that's the pre-nerf one. I thought this might... I could be wrong, but I swear it's gone up in time, so they've given you extra time. But 1 minute, so that the pressure's on the attacking side. So usually this gets banned if you're attacking side because you only have a minute to push a site, and sometimes you can just be held up for too long and then you end up having no time to plant the converter, and you just end up losing because yet again, you have to go play hide and seek with the defensing side, and sometimes you just can't find them all. This is like an S tier card. I know it's quick play, but like it's a straight up S tier card because you can just switch both the bomb sites and put them both in like some really annoying ass spot. I've done this a couple of times. It's quite funny. You just put them all into like one little bomb site corner, and then you just fill it full of traps and shit, and it's like impossible to penetrate, and you all play really weird ass angles, and you just end up mowing the attacking side. This one, I don't believe I've played this one much. Leader of the Dead, spend your own HP to generate a Bio Warrior. Yeah, not that great, to be honest. I'll probably put it in C. I'll probably put it in D, to be honest. Anything that reduces your HP is going to make you lose a lot more fights, okay? Because like I said before, HP is king. The more HP you have, the more fights you're going to win. And if you try to create a Bio Warrior just at the cost of your HP, it's just not going to be that great. I'm looking to put that in F because it's fucking 5 shards. 5 shards for that. Ugh, no thank you. If people are like, oh, but it allows you to like push in the site with it and then give away the positions. Like, yeah, but then you go fight him and you got less HPs, is going to rinse you unless you get a double heady on him. So no thanks. Headshot vision, that's an S tier, or I'll probably put it in A tier. Nice A tier card. So every time you get headshot, it pings all the enemies. I believe it's all the enemies, right? Or is this the damage? Getting a headshot, expose all enemies. Yeah, so this is pretty good. But if the enemy team doesn't hit headshots, it's completely useless. But in Punkmaster Elo, a lot of people do hit headshots, so exposing your enemy is quite good. I wanted to put an S tier because as soon as someone takes an initial fight and they get like headshot, you get the ping of all the info on the enemy team, which is crucial to win rounds. Like, oh, look that. 2 of them are going mid and 3 of them are going B. I can just stack towards mid and B because of that early info. Sure, we're in a 4v5 now because our teammate died, but we don't have to stay on the other bomb site. We can just rotate or quick flank. So it's really good card. Always going to pick that shit when it comes up. Full Moon, this is always picked as well. The werewolf gives damage over time to the enemy. So if you're in a little fight and you poke and you get a little bit of damage, that extra damage over time is going to help you win more fights. So if you deal damage to someone with like 130, like 135, I'm pretty sure it kills them because of the extra damage it does over time. Also has this annoying ass wolf thing, like it's like a blue wolf helmet. That shit's mad annoying. It like fucks me off a little bit. Wait, what does it say here? The power evolves after team does it. Yeah. So it's sorry. It's like the vampire cards where you have to get a certain amount of damage to activate it. So it does that damage like over time from the full moon, and also allows you to see like blood, like a river of blood of where the enemy is if they've taken damage as well. So it gives away the info. So it's pretty decent if you're attacking because you can see where the enemy player has retreated. This is pretty situational. There's only like one map with a bridge on it. The one map on with a bridge, so you have to control it if you have this card, and sometimes people will just fucking nade barrage you. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, you know, it's like good you can regain HP, but if the enemy team knows you're there, they're just gonna nade spam. You're just gonna die anyway because it's so easy to pop nades onto that bridge from bottom mid or even from the short through the little window. So it's fucking like you're gonna get barraged if you know they're there. Random alley gains a huge HP buff, but their damage is greatly reduced. I've only seen this once in quick play. It just becomes basically a tank, a walking info meter, if you will. But so you have teammates coming behind you, then it's good. But then it's quite situational because it's like a random buff. So it could go to the teammate that doesn't know how to play the game too well, or doesn't want to comm, or doesn't want to communicate, or doesn't want to do anything team-like orientated. So it just goes to it's just like a random buff for no reason, and he's not going to like it. Weapon morph, always banned, or always picked. This shit can win rounds. It can solo hold a bomb site or give you info. It's like a It's like basically like an alarm. Especially if you team it up with some nice trap placements, it can be quite annoying to deal with. Usually people put shotguns in like corners and whatnot, or in like nice little post-plant situations. So it can be quite devious. But if you're attacking, you probably always ban this card. Toy traps are pretty damn decent. Always going to be picking that shit for sure. I think it's trap damage minus 50%. That can help so much, especially if they have like any involved trap cards or something like that. Some traps do a lot of damage. Like if you get ticked in a pathogen molly, it's going to take 50% off that, which can help greatly in winning the round. Also, if like you're versing a trap heavy team, pick this. Help you so much. This one's shit. It's just a waste of a weapon slot. So this allows you to have 2 primary weapons. It's like you don't even need 2 primary weapons really. Like if you want 2 primary weapons, just fucking drop one on the floor. Like, yeah, waste of a 5 shard card. Don't pick it. IP theft, I rate it. Especially if you're pushing a site with like Nitro and you can claim all her turrets, which is good because then they become good for your post-plant scenario. Even with pathogen, Jaeger traps, all that kind of stuff, it's great because they all become your util, which is even more util on the site. So if you take a site, 4v4, whatnot, you have all their traps and then you have all your traps as well. Like imagine walking in that bomb site and you got to deal with 2 Nitro sets of traps, 2 pathogen sets of traps, a chum trap. You know, it's devious. So I rate that. Always pick that if I'm attacking for sure if I got the points. Piercing bullet, S tier. Absolutely amazing. You get so many kills with this. Absolutely top tier card. It only goes through 1 wall, however, so you gotta be careful when you want to place it. But if you get the info from any pings, like Sonar for example, echolocation, you just spray them through the wall and deal some mad damage, and oftenly get a kill. So always picking that card or always banning it if I'm a defense player. Bad knees, oh, fucking love that. My card, because you jump up, you take a bit of damage. Some people forget it exists and they jump out of a high place. Oh. Bye HP. Sometimes I wasn't paying attention. I'd be like dash jumping places and I got like 100 HP left. I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd my other 50 HP go? So in that sense, very amazing card. Always banned or picked. Prosthetic eye. I'm not a fan of it. Some people like it, but I don't like how it takes half away your vision. So throw one of your eyes as a camera, but you lose part of your vision. It can be quite good, but I just don't like part of the vision part. Kind of fucks me up a little bit, so yeah, not amazing, not a fan. Dimensional travel can be very good for attacking side, not very good for defense. This will be banned if you are playing defense, unless there's like a better card up here to ban. It can be very situational as well. Sometimes the attacking side picks this, but the defense players play and use it a lot better than the attacking side and they end up winning the round. You can also fake it out, so you can just overrun rush just in one dimension and then just rush it in, but this allows the defense players to kind of just shift because it's all about audio. So if you don't have multiple people in different dimensions, like in both dimensions, some people just shift behind you and then crack the card and then boom, behind you. That's an easy 3k right there because you're not going to be expecting him to shift walk behind you and kill you. So you can be quite good in that sense, but also be quite bad. So pick at your own demise, essentially. I love quick charge. I'd always do pick it because of the allows you to get places faster, and the charge time's quite nice if you want to try to rush something together as a team, but a lot of these cards are a lot better, so I'd rather pick them. Long time investment, it's A, same as like double the shards. Getting more shards for your next rounds to pick is top fucking tier. Always be picking these 2 cards if they come up in the first couple of rounds because like they give you so much more reach for card choices in the next future rounds. Top tier. Sprint to fire, pretty shit to be honest. Like unless you're close range, like using it for an SMG when you're running in like with Corona, then yeah, it can be pretty damn good because it doesn't slow you down and it makes you harder to track when you're spraying. But medium long range is completely fucking useless. So very situational. Stealth notice. Also very situational. I think it's only when invis people come out they get pinged. So enemies expose themselves when they enter and exit invisible skills. So that's only if you're versing like people that can use invisibility. So Zeph, for example, just blight. Unless you have like a crazy Zeph dropping 10 kills on you 4 rounds in, then maybe use it. But nah, like Kismet, sure, but all these other cards are way better than it. And like I won't be picking that shit unless I got extra 2 shards, just because I can. Reaper's Scythe, they did nerf this actually. They've nerfed the damage on this, so I'm gonna put it into A tier. It's really good if you get some good lineups on it. I've won like a round basically just only using a Reaper Scythe because I'm just spamming down a choke point and dealing damage, which is quite good. But they nerfed the damage on it 40 to 20, I believe. I could be wrong, but they like nerfed the damage pretty hard. So I always will pick this if it comes up because this is good fun. It's only in quick play, not ranked anymore. So thank the lords, but it's still, yeah, not S tier worthy. Life Save, S tier, absolute top tier card. If you're in like a fucking 2v2, you just go around and res your teammates. But the defense side can hold your bodies, but sometimes they don't. So you can just get that free res off and you turn a 2v2 and into a 2v4, giving it so much more advantageous situation for your team to win the round. So S tier for sure. Regain Health, S tier. Vampire Bullet, S tier. Like I said, regen is king. Vampire Bullet, you can max this out. Regen, you can max this out and you get 50% on both sides, I'm pretty sure, because they're both 10% each. I'm going to zoom in just to clarify. Yeah. Oh, no, this one's 5%. Sorry, this one's 10%. So you get 10%. Sorry, man. Dude, I'm speaking so much because this video is so long. But with the regen one, you have to kill them. So in the perfect world, you kill them, right? You only take 75 damage. You're back to full HP. A blimissimo. But if you get trade off quite crazy, it's like you kill them, you know, you deal 150 damage, but you're down to 10 HP. You only go back to 80. But still, getting back to 80 is good. But this means you have to put 5 shards into it. So most of the time, you don't see people putting 5 shards unless they've got that extra shards to spend. Same with Vampire Bullet. Vampire Bullet is better than Regen because you can take fights and win it because you're gaining life still as you're shooting people. It's not, the condition in for this one is that you have to be killed. You have to kill them. But for Vampire Bullet, you don't have to do that. So you can literally win fights solely based on you dealing damage to the enemy opponent. So in that sense, I might put Regain Health and Vampire Bullet up here because Vampire Bullet can win one-on-ones a lot more often because you're simply gaining your HP back while shooting them. So they could be a better aimer and they could be headshotting you, but you body shot them. So they headshot you once, you body shot them the whole way. They can still probably outbeat you because you're getting that HP regain. It's happened to me a couple of times and oh, thank the Lord. But you have to have 5 shards to get it to 25%. So, you know, you might only get a couple of percent in there, but still even a couple of percent can win rounds. This is Bigger Bombs, solid A tier. We'll be picking this. Bigger Bombs, like I said before, like the bullet upgrades, explosive specialist, like you can get a nice pre-nade. Cunt's dead. Someone's dead, or someone's very low and have to waste their pathogen heals already. So like it's really good if you hit some good nasty pre-nades. Also for post-plant situations, or even just pushing site and clearing backside and clearing other angles, it's really, really decent. My god, dude, this is so far. Dude, I got so many cards left, dude. Oh my god. Bro, I need a break. Dude. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Just had some dinner, watched some fucking anime, and now I'm ready to go again before I lose my voice. All right, scan reduction. I'm pretty sure this is. Yeah. A range of enemies skills. It's a pretty decent card, especially for like if you've got a lot of info abilities on your team, like Kismet, Sona. So for me, when I play Sona and they pick this card, I get really angry because I can't get fucking good info anywhere on the map with my shit. Same with Kismet, you get fuck all info because the 50% range just reduces everything. Like it basically makes all like info skill ranges just useless, straight up. And also, like, it's just, yeah, like, I mean, for 3 shards, like, it's a solid A tier. I'm looking at my list now, and I'm seeing that there's a lot towards A tier because, like, there's good cards that you can utilize. And I feel like there should be more towards B and C, but I feel like At the moment, it's looking quite nice because it just depends how you utilize the card. They can be very, very good and help you win rounds, essentially. This is Bouncy Projectile. Oh, Flashy Projectile. This one's pretty good. When it gets spammed, it's the most annoying thing ever. I like to ban it depending on what they are, but it's not really an S tier worthy, I would say. But it's like if people just spam like blast nades and smoke grenades and stuff like, because it bounces and it flashbangs, it gets so annoying. Like especially if they're spamming sites, they'll just spam nades, and because they're spamming nades, they get the damage, and they also blind the fuck out of you continuously. So like they can just low-key just clear a site out and push you guys back off site because of the spam. Because if you kind of stay into it, you're just going to take damage, you're going to be blind, you end up just going to get fucking fragged. So it's ass. But this homing projectile is crazy S tier. Like, I mean, this thing wins rounds and you don't even get to see anyone. Like, you save up all your fucking nade blasters, you put them all down, you just spam the mids, you spam the fucking bomb sites with them, and then you go back and pick up your other 3 or 4 other blasters back at spawn, like on the barrier, and go back to spam them again, So this one is insta-ban. Insta-ban if I'm on defense. I'm fucking not versed in that shit. That shit is ass. You can't fucking take any pressure anywhere. You can't contest any choke points because they're just going to spam the fuck out of you. And the thing is, it gives away your position as well. So if they throw a nade and they see it tracking and going towards the right, like, oh, there's a guy to the right, I'm going to throw my next nade closer to that guy, and it keeps following you, and then they keep pushing up closer and closer and closer. So it's so ass. I fucking hate it, but S tier for sure. This is short exposure. Situational card, you get exposed a lot longer than you normally are. It's pretty meh. I mean, because you're still getting exposed, but it's only worth 2 shards, so if you've got extra shards, you can just whack it in there, should be fine. But ultimately, a lot of these are a lot better. Psychic Defuse is S tier. I've won many rounds when this card hasn't been banned. It's an insta ban for attackers. If you're not banning it, you're low-key throwing, because when that bomb is down, you can just fucking like hide behind, because it's like an AoE effect, right? So it's got like a certain meterage, and depending on where the bomb is planted, you can stand behind a wall and defuse, and they can't shoot you. So if they're playing post plant way back, thinking you're going to defuse, and they come peek out, they won't see you, but you're still defusing the bomb. And even that gives you the chance to even peek him, or if it's in another position, you can just like shoot him. Like you can test a 1v1 while defusing, which is just crazy good. Obviously the condition is that you need the bomb to be planted to do that. So sometimes if you get it and the bomb isn't planted, you just get wiped up anyway before the bomb's even planted, then it's a useless card. But when the bomb is planted, it makes clutch situations so much easier. +1, I'm not going to put this in S tier. It's a good card, 100%. Def's banned quite a bit, but most of the time the bomb site is in mid, so all you have to do is hold mid control. And sometimes if the attacking team forces into mid, you can just kind of put them into a meat grinder of crossfires and just roll them with nade spams as well. So it's not really that goated when it comes to it. The -1 site one is so much better because it forces them to go to one site, so you can have 5 people stacked on one site, which is a lot harder to deal with instead of just splitting up your forces and just putting a little bit more nade pressure towards mid. Because it always spawns in the mid side of map, because all the maps are like 3 lanes essentially, and the mid lane will always where the +1 will spawn. And this one is after planning, replenish allies' HP and skills. This is pretty decent, especially if you've used most of your skills to push on a site and plant, but it's not like an S tier pick. I'll say it's like a solid A. I definitely will pick that. I'm not going to put it in B because it's better than all these B ones here. It's pretty decent for sure. Definitely would pick it over all these ones here. But there's also better ones. I might put it into B, like high B to be honest, because the condition is it's 4 shards and the bomb has to be planted. So it's good for if you're on defense and you're kind of letting him onto one site. So you're stacking onto B site and letting him onto A site. So you can kind of pressure him and get some maybe early round kills. But when that bomb goes down, you can retake with a full set of use heal, which is pretty nasty, especially if you're like Nitro or Pathogen. Because when you're Nitro, you just put some turrets behind them and push in when they're distracted. Like, it's pretty neat. So yeah, it's very situational, but I'll just put it into B because I just think a lot of other cards in A tier are just a lot better than this pick. Ooh, maximum HP plus 25. This requires to have a pathogen in your team. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Hold on. Yeah, so heal up to an extra 25 max HP. So for this, you need a pathogen. They just pop one of their healing orbs, their healing ability in the spawn. Everyone gets an extra plus 25. Amazing. Like I said, high HP, more HP usually ends up winning duels. So this gives you plus 25. This allows you to survive some sniper shots at some distances depending. It also allows you to survive double headshot depending on what weapon they're using as well. So it allows you to engage in 1v1s more and come out more on top. So banger. Skill Vampire, S tier. Easily S tier. It's fucking 2 shards, boys, for 100% lifesteal. Like, bruh. 2 shards? Like, that should be a lot more, man. A lot more, because these other ones like this one and stuff, it's like only plus 5 for Vampiric, but this is plus 100. Like my man, look at it. Plus 100 lifesteal. It's pretty fucking hot. Plus 1 equipment. This is quite situational. If your team is losing quite a lot and everyone's gone through their main guns, because you only get 2 guns per main, so 2 fevers around or 2 LMGs. So if your team are just dying every round and you're losing, you might need to use this one to get more equipment. It's always good to have extra nades, but I usually just request from teammates and whatnot. Blast protection is pretty good, but I would probably put that into B tier. It's good to counter these 2 cards here, like it's like an S tier if the other team have got these ones, because it just completely lessens it, especially if they're nade spamming you with like bigger bombs and stuff like that. Like if you have to counterpick this if they have any of these cards, for sure. It makes life a lot easier. But when those cards are not in play, it's just kind of like you maybe put like 1 or 2 shards in there that you got spare, and then you get one of these main cards up here. Mini mags, fucking goated. This lowers then blaster ones as well. So even if you put 1 into it, they get 1 less nade in their flash, smoke, and nade. So 100% banger. Even if it's good if you're attacking and you just put 1 fucking shard into it, or maybe 2 shards, and then you can save and get another like 5 or 4 shard card. It's really good in that sense. Also, if people are like using SMGs, you can just max this out, and they have to hit like every single shot with the SMG to actually kill you. Otherwise, they run out of bullets, which is just disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And for the 3rd row in A tier, security check. Or actually, it's kind of situational. I'll probably put it in B tier, because in some instances, you don't even need to rotate through doors to maneuver around the map, but it's very good info if you have this. In some maps, there are in choke points, so that fucking completely obliterates anyone trying to lurk through or trying to outplay you or destroy your abilities and whatnot. Like, it's really good. On attacking side, it's good because it allows you to pinpoint where players are setting up or playing, because they have to run through the doors to go into mid to play, for example, on the like the Anubis looking map. So it's really good in that sense, but it's also very situational and depending on the map as well. I would put it in A tier, but I think a lot of these other ones are quite good. But for 2 shards, it's really fucking good. I want to put it in A tier, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna resist it. All right. Probably all the A mains and stuff is just B. All this to block off walls. I'll probably put them all into B tier, to be honest, because they can be destroyed. It's not like an immovable wall, undamageable wall. It can be destroyed, but it's also good just to stop any fast pushes as well. Plus, you will hear them shooting it or knifing away at it with audio cues, so you'll know if they're trying to break through that. It also costs 3 shards as well, so you gotta be careful when you use them. Sometimes you get two blockages, which is fucking cheeks, by the way. It's happened a couple of times to me. So you're forced as an attacker to ban at least 1, because if they ban A Bane and A Short at the same time, it's like, bruh, the fuck am I gonna do? I'm forced into that fucking 1 bomb site unless I flank through their own spawn. Like, yeah, but it's solid overall, but it's very situational, so that's why it's in B tier. Free for all, pretty banger. It's 4 shards. I want to put it in A tier, but I don't know. I want to put it in A tier, but I'm just going to put it in B tier for now, because it is situational again. Like, if your team is running low on guns because they're losing and dying a lot, then this is great to be able to get another good round in with a good buy of like fevers or LMGs, depending on what you like to main. So That's pretty talented. As well as sniper mains, because sometimes sniper mains don't get enough, but usually you can just request snipers because not everyone is a sniper gamer. Heavy Rain, I would say this is S tier. It's a rechargeable shield of 25. So this 25 like damage is so great because you can fucking recharge it. So you go into a 1v1, you get a fight, or you may kill him, you may not, but then you just go back and get rained on, rain and men, you know what I'm saying? And then you get another 25 shield again, and then you go back and fight again. And it doesn't take long to recharge as well, so it's pretty good, especially if you're on defense as well, because most of the maps are quite open. So you can just take fights continuously and get that 25 charge up, but you don't want to be overconfident because you have it. But it's quite good because it gives you that extra 25 HP buffer, which is a shield, and it keeps coming back. This is pretty good as well. I want to put it in A tier because I pick this a lot. It's every time an ally dies, you get +1 skill. So that means you can just stack them up. So if, for example, if you're a pathogen and your teammates die, you get another heal, you get another trap, you get another wall. Same with Nitro, you get another Nitro bot. It's fucking very, very good to have. Especially if you're, let's say, defense and 3 teammates have already died, you're retaking with a fuck ton of abilities and a fuck ton of like a fuck ton of uses that you can use this with. Like, you have so much options if you have like 4 Nitro turrets to use. Like, that is disgusting. Oh, chug. Here's another one, Oh, I'm going to heal. I'm going to put my heal down and peek and then put another heal down and then fucking molly the choke point and then the heal and then try and stick. There's lots of things you can do when you have so much ability to use. So it's quite good. I'll definitely be picking that. Rift expansion is A tier for sure. Like, this allows you to plant in spots that you normally can't plant in. You can even, in some instances, you don't even need to push through the choke point. You can plant in the choke point, so you can not even get triggered. You don't even have to trigger some of the traps depending on where they're positioned. So this Rift expansion allows you to really play around it. You can even smoke. You can like flash spam and then plant while spamming and flashing in the smoke and shit like that. So yeah, some of the chokes are really minimalized with this Rift expansion. Obviously, it's not fucking crazy, but it is 3 shards, and if there's no great go-to like S tier cards, I would probably ban this if I was on defense side, for sure. Superhuman is definitely an A tier. I don't want to put it in S tier just because like it's just... Oh, I mean, it could, because like it depends if you max it out, you know what I mean? So healing speed increases, and DR provided. I think it's recharge, right? Or is that damage? I'm not sure. I forgot that. I think it's like defense or something like that. But it's good because if you max it out, you get that plus 20% boost in healing and speed, which is fucking nuts. But then you have to use like 5 shards for it. So it has its advantages. I might put it in S tier, to be honest, because like if you got the 5 shards, it's pretty fucking banger, and the healing speed is crazy. Like if you have the pathogen, just but it's good if you have this and then you combo it with like regain health here, or regain this health, or regain like vampire. Like it's really good to combo it with other cards, but it's still pretty decent on its own. So I want to put it in S tier. But fuck, I'm putting in S tier, dude. I'm putting in S tier because it can combo with a lot of skills and abilities as well as other cards. So I'm putting in S tier. Fuck it. We bowl. And then time saving, that's like a high A. If you're attacking, you should fucking ban this unless you're like doing a full commit to a rush, because I've seen many teams lose because they're using abilities or we're using abilities, and next minute they got fucking 10 seconds to plant the bomb and they're not even ready to push the site. So banger of a card. If you're attacking, you got to ban this shit. Like, but obviously over like weapon morph or like ricochet, piercing bullet, all these ones, you would ban one of these before you would ban that. Maybe you can get away with like vampiric bullet and skill vampire, you'd kind of ban that. But like if you got fucking expose me, bullet upgrades, ricochet, if you got like a stacked lineup of all the S tiers, you're probably not going to be banning that. This one is plant if you're invulnerable. It's very situational. Doesn't come into use quite as often as I would like. I've never really seen it actually come in and fucking help, so I'm gonna put that in C. because a lot of these other cards are a lot better than that one for sure. Because it's like, oh, you become invulnerable. Okay, cool, dude. I mean, you can outplay the enemy maybe, like fake plant, but you still have to pull out your gun, and he can just wait for you to pull out your gun again while you're fucking planting. So, yeah. Throw to plant, though. The next one here, throw to plant. Pretty decent. Allows people to get into more advantageous situations. And honestly, there's no S tier cards. I'll be probably banning this if I was a defense player. So, as I said before, S and A are cards that I'll probably most likely be banning and picking. So, if I'm attacking, I'm picking that. 100%. Super jump is an S tier. So, you jump fucking so far. You can jump from the map with the bridge on it, right? From the top mid to bottom mid where the bridge is, and you can land that in that distance. And the thing is, it sends like a shockwave as well. So if you jump onto someone nearby, they fucking get knocked back, and you just get a free kill from them. It's really annoying, and if you're a defense player, you usually ban this card because it does so much damage, especially if they're rushing and you're not well equipped or ready for it. Like, you're gonna get run down on sight, man. You're getting run down. So. And it's very fun to use as well. It's a fucking goofy ass card, and I fucking love it. Misted A and B, yeah, pretty shit to be honest. Both of them. If I got some spare shards, why not? Maybe if we're playing like close with shotguns and stuff, so it goes well with like Dragon's Breath. It'll be quite good because you can play in the mist. But yeah, it's very situational, and I'd rather pretty much every other card up here than those two. Regain. What's this? Regain health when out of battle, or because that's not cure shot. Regain a small amount of HP while you're injured. Okay. I would put this in A tier, but the other healing ones are a lot better than this one. Or no, I'll put it in A tier. I'll put it in A tier because like all you have to do is sit out of combat while you regen HP, but you have to be injured before you can do it. So makes sense. But yeah, so if you're like, so for this card to activate, you have to not be in fight, right? So if you get damaged, you're like, oh shit, I need to go heal. That means you just need to go sit and watch behind, and then you're not allowed to retrade your teammates or help them push aside if you're focused on getting more HP, which can make it look like a fucking beta. But yeah. This card's good. It's a detection of traps. So when a detection of the user of the trap. So for example, you're pushing site, you destroy one of their traps, it pings their location of where they are. So it gives you wall hacks and shows you up on the minimap where they are. This is really good when you're pushing a site like who has a nitro. You kill one of their nitro traps, right? You're like, oh shit, there he is. We know exactly where that motherfucker, where he is. So I was about to say a naughty word. But so yeah, it's pretty good. I would be picking this if I was on attack, but there's a lot of better cards I would pick over it. But it can help greatly, especially versus a lot of trap agents. Sustained exposure is when you're firing at someone. This is an A tier as well. Great, fucking love it. This helps when you're firing through smokes, wall screens, basically anything, man. Like you can see people. Fucking fantastic. So if you're like pushing into a site or you're defending a site and they're smoking off flashing things and you get a tag through the smoke, whoo, he's dead. He's gone. And for 2 shards, only 2 little boys, only 2 shards. That sounds fucking weird. Only 2 shards. Like you can get a free kill through the smoke. Just like that. Easy. You can even smoke. As a defense player, smoke and spray through the smoke when you think they're pushing and get some nice kills. Obviously, you're going to be sprayed through back and you might just die from that. But, play your cards right. It's pretty good. 2 shards, banger. And then you got close. This is probably high. If there's like no like S tier cards, one of these are getting banned. Like these are really good. Really good. So you get increased damage long range or increased close damage. I prefer the time to snipe. Because I like taking long range, mid range fights. So having this card allows me to rinse players really quickly, depending on how many shard points we put into it. You can just put 2 or 3, and that's still very decent. You can feel the difference instantly. Same with the close one. If you have like an SMG and you're playing close range, or a shotgun you're playing close range, it is a bit fucking dirty. Okay, so definitely A tier. Definitely always get picked or banned if there's no like crazy big cards out there. This is swift support. I think it's when you're out of battle, right? Teleport. Oh, this is teleport to teammates aside. This is gonna be good if you're faking and whatnot. But this one's quite situational. I would feel. So you could like fake a site and then the rest of your team teleport to one other guy on the other site who's lurking up, and then you guys can just 5 bust while you've already forced to rotate off. Really good in that sense, but it is 5 shards, so it can be a little bit interesting. I've never seen it utilized to the best of abilities. Like I've imagined how you can use it, but I've never really seen many people use it apart from just fast rotating and faking sites and like stacking onto sites when you've got some more info and stuff. But there's also been other instances where my team stacked onto a site and no one was on the other site, and we all had to run to rotate because they rotated and they got there and planted the bomb before we were even there to contest them, and we low-key lost a round because of it. So very situational. Deadly Rewind's pretty decent. Also, its first 2 shards, you got some spare 2 shards, just whack it in there, she'll be right. I've been killed by this when people are sniping. It's a lot stronger when it's coming from a sniper. So they get a kill and then he goes back and he chills and he reloads. You might actually get a kill. I've been killed by it once before because of a sniper, but sometimes you just get tickled by a couple of bullets. So it's not biggie unless you're very low. Quick reload, very decent for 3 shards. You get no reload animation, just goes and then you're fucking full mag again, which is good to get you right back in the fight. I rate it. Very nice, but not as good as some of these ones here. Lucky bullets. I'm gonna put it into B tier. I've never really got any good use out of Lucky Bullet. I've never got any kills from it. Like as I said, Lucky Bullet just fires a couple of bullets in a random direction when you're firing bullets as well. So it's just, yeah, I mean, it may work, it may not, but yeah, like, I mean, if it gave you like double tap or some shit, that would be crazy, but it's just firing a random bullet in another direction. So like, honestly, yeah, I'm put it in C tier because I've never seen it really used well. Because I mean, like, it's just luck. It's just RNG at the end of the day. No bridge, pretty shit to be honest. No team really wants to have this, so no one really picks it. Sometimes the defense team picks it sometimes, but the bridge is good for defense and attack, so they both kind of low-key need it. So yeah, pretty C tier. Rapids Marksman, that's a solid A tier pick for me. Especially in Punkmaster, people can aim really well with the marksman rifles, so having them like full order you get railed instantly. It is fucking nuts. So I give that a big fucking fat A tier right there. Absolutely right. Obviously, these are kind of low-key better, but it's pretty fantastic. This card can be banned, especially if you're versing like really good aimers. Sometimes I've gone against a really good aimer team and I've elected to ban this card so they don't get it. So yeah, bro, talking for this long is actually hurting my voice and my proficiency to speak. Oh my god. This one's low-key a waste of points. It just bans a random type of weapon. Like, bro, who cares? Just use the other fucking weapon that's similar. Like, it's just kind of clutch, you know? Maybe you get to ban the sniper they're using. They're just going to use the other one. Like, you know, people like using the Fever. They're just going to use the other one. Like, they like using the Mad Dog. They're just use the Vector. Like, it's just meh. This one's fucking shit as fuck. If you pick this and you shoot me, I'll be under your bed at night. This one basically allows your teammates to get a movement boost, but they take damage from your bullets. So fuck you if you pick this card and you shoot me. I don't want it. I mean, it could go crazy with like a Corona play, but I feel like I'm just going to get rinsed anyway. So no thank you for this. Smoke screen, pretty average. It's kind of eh. You know, I'd say a lot of these other cards are a little bit better, so I'm going to put it down here. Yeah, beauty sleep's kind of like be up here. They kind of, yeah, I wouldn't be picking these one. Not a fan of them. Oh, this one is annoying as fuck. So this one is movement speed. This is fucking annoying as fuck. Even if you put 1 shard into it, 1 shard, that extra 5%, you could instantly feel it. And if they max it out to 25% less movement speed, oh bro, I feel like I'm actually not moving anywhere. Like, it makes me so slow and sluggish. Like, it kind of fucks up how I peek and play the game because you're just so slow. Like, always picked, 100%. Not always bans, but always people putting shards in it for sure. This one, is this jumping? This one? Enemies jump height. Yeah, I mean, this one isn't as great as the other ones, the other shard ones. I'll probably put it into B tier. Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking, like, not that great, to be honest. I mean, you just put there as a bit of a troll, but there's not, like, crazy spots you need to, like, jump up to. If you, like, max it out, they don't really jump to like, but, like, a lot of people aren't jumping around shooting in Punkmaster. Only if they got, like, an SMG or a shotgun, like they're playing Axon or something. But, nah, it's not that great. Bit of a waste. Maybe put one in there just for the memes. Or you've only got one spare. Swap defender inside. This is situational as well. I feel like it usually gets banned by defense players because they don't want to attack, or people are like rolling on defense and they don't want to lose that momentum, so they ban it. But most of the time, it's only like one side that picks it, and it's usually attacking side. So it does get banned quite a lot, but sometimes it just doesn't get picked at all because some people are enjoying playing on attack or enjoying playing on defense, and they just don't want to switch. So it's just a waste of shards to pick it because you might just end up losing anyway. Like, I remember one time we were playing attack and we won like 3, it was like 3-0 or something like that. And my team picked this card, went to defense, and we instantly lost. So we made the 3v1. And then we lost the next round because we lost all the momentum on the attack side. So it's an alright card, but it's got to be used correctly, I would say. Plus 30 seconds and minus 30 seconds. I would say minus 30 seconds is better than the plus 30 seconds, in my opinion. Like, I'm just a hater like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a hater. The minus 30 seconds is better because it lessens the time attackings can like default or like kind of slowly push you off angles and get rid of you and then kind of get that info. But the plus 30 seconds, I feel like people just don't even use it. Like when it's picked, I've never really seen the extra 30 seconds come as like a clutch moment and utilized to play very, very slow and methodical. It just doesn't really happen too much in Fragpunk because Fragpunk is quite very fast paced and aggressive at times. So the plus 30 seconds is, I would say, is worse. The minus 30 seconds is a lot more better and useful compared to the plus 30. So I'll put it like that. Sight deletion is, I'm going to put it S tier. It's always banned. If this comes up and you're attacking, you ban it like all the time. I'm not fucking with that shit. My team ain't fucking with that shit. So, and if it doesn't get banned, you got to pick it as defense, man. Like holding one bomb site in ranked is so fucking easy, especially if you have traps. Just trap your fucking spawn, push somewhere a little bit aggressive, or have like someone flank from the opposite bomb site and all the way around, and then just stack 4 onto the other side. It's pretty easy because usually there's only like 2 chokes coming into the bomb site. So, and then maybe the big flank from CT. So it's just a banger card all around. If you lose a -1 sight deletion round, it's just a skill issue. They're better than you. Like that's straight up it. Clear path is pretty good, but very situational as well. It's good for 2 shards, especially if they're always taking door controls and shutting you out of the map, then for sure. But situational, same as security check. Very, very situational. Healing error is probably S tier. It always gets banned. Like, rarely ever get to play this because it's always banned. Everyone loves getting heals. Like I said, heals, more HP, wins rounds. Having medical error and having your team never be able to heal can eventually help you win duels because everyone's low and no one can re-heal. So that can help and benefit your team greatly. Robots, I don't know why a lot of people pick this. It's kind of shit, to be honest. It's good if you bait them. Like, so for example, they're both rushing towards site and you're following behind them. You kind of shoot the bots because you're not fucking real focused in. And you have to shoot them because they eventually will shoot you. But they're not like crazy aimbotters like that. They're like kind of run in and then they stop and then they move and then they shoot you. So it's like you kind of have some time to work around them, but yeah, a bit situational. On defense side, they're fucking useless, straight up. They just sit in a fucking corner, just wait for the push side, and they usually end up pushing the other side anyway. So yeah, not the best, eh? Dude, my voice is going, bro. This is actually fucked, man. I'm speaking so much. Movement speed plus 15, A tier. I don't need to explain it. You move faster. Faster you're moving, the less time they got to hit you and track you, you know, because you're moving faster than they're normally used to tracking you with their aim. So banger. Plus 25 HP, banger. Don't need to heal yourself like this one here. And plus 25 allows you to win more duels, more 1v1s, unless you whiff, because they got 25 less HP. So banger. Load full mag. Put it in B tier. It's good, but like all these other cards above it is just simply better to have. Like you don't need a full mag all the time. You need like you can get 2-3 kills just with one mag alone. You don't need it unless maybe you're SMG clutching and you're fucking a recoil god with it. Then maybe sure, because you only got 25 bullets. But yeah, nah, it'd B tier for sure. Explosive shot, solid A tier. Does a lot of good damage. Also, it kind of gives that like a, if you shoot people in like the head, it kind of like blocks your vision a bit because it's like exploding on their body. So it kind of like distracts you a bit as well. But the extra damage, top tier quality, good stuff. Makes you win your ones more. Big heads, I'll put that A tier, same as smaller heads. I don't want to put it in S tier, but bigger heads is better than smaller heads in my opinion for sure, because it allows you to get headshots easier because the head is so big. But some people aren't just trained to hit heads, so they just body shot anyway. Depends on the players that you have in the lobby. It's a decent card. It gets picked quite often, but I don't think it has the qualities to be an S tier card. There's a lot of other cards that I would rather pick over big heads, but it's not a card that I won't ban either. So for example, if I'm attacking and we have big heads and let's say we have piercing bullet, right? I'll ban big heads and pick piercing bullet, but they'll probably ban piercing bullet anyway. So I can maybe play in it and just ban piercing bullet and then pick big heads, or just ban it and play without any OP cards for that round. So I'd say it's a solid A. It's solid A here, similar to small heads. His brother right there. Cure shot, S tier for sure. Free fucking heals, man. And your teammate has to shoot you. Like, I've only done this once because combing is sometimes too hard for my teammates. I go to take a fight and my teammate spam shoots me while I'm fighting. So I get healed while shooting someone, therefore allowing me to have a greater advantage of winning that fight because I'm getting healed as I'm fighting him. That takes a lot of coordination, however, and if I did get like double headshot, you wouldn't have enough time to even react to shoot me, to heal me, but that can happen. Also, you can heal your entire team. So like from long range as well. So if someone's holding a really fucking nasty angle and he's low, you can just fucking spam shoot him. And it works through walls as well if the wall is penetrable. What was this one? Bounce. Squat defense. Oh yeah. Reduce 10% recoil and gain 20% damage reduction. I don't think it's that crazy. Man. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Sure, 20% damage reduction. That's pretty cool, but you're crouched. People are just gonna headshot you and negate that 20% damage reduction anyway. I've said this a lot, and I've in my past videos, just stop crouching and crouch spamming. I used to crouch spam at the start of playing this game, and I stopped immediately because every time I crouch, people just insta headshot you. Like, it's just not worth it. I mean, obviously if you've got the spare 3 shards, why not go for it? But it's just, yeah. I mean, there's so many better cards to pick over that. So yeah. Gain double jump. I mean, it's good if you suck at KZ and you can't get onto like some cool spots. But for 4 shards, there's so many better cards. Like in gaining double jump, you can jump onto other stuff, but usually you can just dash jump with your knife anyway. So it makes the card kind of useless. In that sense, I'm just going to put it in C tier. Even when you jump around the corner, it can be kind of distracting. But if someone's good at aimer, they're just going to fucking beam you out of the sky anyway. So not that crazy. Skill replenish, solid A tier. 4 shards, a bit expensive, but being able to recharge your abilities throughout the whole round is pretty damn good, especially if you have good abilities. So top tier one for that. Weapon enhancement is solid A tier as well. I'm not going to go back and kind of like configure each tier to like to the correct standard, which card's better, because that's going to take me so long and my voice is fucking going, man. Weapon enhancement, it's pretty good. It gives you like extra damage on certain guns. Usually highlights it, and they become free as well. They're free as well, so it's good. So pretty damn good. The fact you get a free weapon and it enhances the weapon. Banger. Flashbang on death, pretty meh. I'm put that in C tier actually. It's pretty meh, man. I mean, unless the guy is like holding down a choke point and he's like mowing you all down, then it flashes him off the angle, then sure. But usually people just get a kill and then they just look behind and don't want to get flashed anyway. So yeah, not the best. Quick diffuse. This gets banned quite a lot. I want to put it in S tier because this one gets banned a lot because it turns an 8-second defuse into a 4-second defuse. And like, come on, man, 4-second defuse compared to 8-second is crazy. Especially if people are unaware of quick diffuse. A lot of people in Punkmaster sometimes forget the cards that they pick. I mean, it happens to all of us, but in Punkmaster, I would expect it wouldn't. Some people just stick to 4 seconds and they don't even pick them. Or some people fake and then poke and then they hold it and they get their defuse. The minus 50 is very, very good for defense, but the condition is they need to plant the bomb and you need to be in position to get into that defuse position and be able to contest that, like, you know, 1v1 or 1v2 or 2v2 situation. So even if it's 2v2, right, and they're both main, your teammate can stick and you can fight. And even that 4 seconds, it goes so quick when your teammate is fighting. So it's very good. Frozen One Man, not crazy. I mean, I'm putting it in C tier. It helps both teams. So it's like, it doesn't benefit just your team, it benefits their team as well. So it's meh. It's cool to slide around and have fun though, for sure. Infernal Hounds, that's a solid A tier. They're annoying as fuck. You shoot someone, you damage someone, and the Infernal Hound starts running after you, so you have to shoot it. And sometimes the enemy can perfectly peek with the Inferno Hound, so you go to shoot the Inferno and they peek and they kill you. It also Molotovs your area, so if like you're holding a really tight angle and you don't see the Inferno Hound will run up to you and explode, forcing you off that angle as well if you don't shoot it. So it can be very, very annoying. It's like Chum's fucking little explodey boys, but more annoying. Adding Converter, I would say it's B tier. This can be an S tier one if you have certain like cards. If you have Converter ones that like allow you to heal your teammates or go invisible, then fuck yeah, they're amazing. But by itself, it's pretty mad. You just maybe put one shard in it, just get an extra Converter so you can play around with it, just in case your teammate dies with the Converter and it's in the really fucked spot. But yeah, this one's definitely A tier. It's more ammo. That means you get so much ammo. So for example, if you max this card out, you get like 8 grenades or something like that in your pistol, which is nuts. 8 grenades that you can spam. So you put another down, you got 16 nades you can use. I mean, that's fucking crazy in itself. So I prefer it because of the nades. You can have so much more nades. You can have so much more Molotovs as well. Like, it's pretty damn crazy. And it gives you extra in your primary ammo as well. So, you know, you won't have to reload as much and take more duels without reloading. This one is still a card. I mean, it's pretty meh because it only has a small chance. It has a chance of stealing. It's not like 100% chance of stealing, and it might steal a shit card as well. So like, you're really just RNG rolling for luck right now. Like, good luck, have fun. This one's like sprint start or something, isn't it? Quick start, fast move, 5 seconds left. This one's pretty fucking good. This allows people to do fucking crazy fast pushes on defense and attack. And only for 2 shards, it goes fucking hard. The boost of speed is so nuts that you can beat defense players to certain choke points, and beat them to certain positions, which it feels so weird when they beat you there as well. Works on defense as well. You can run really quick and take really good fucking ground and info. Like, for example, if you're playing Dex, this would work so well to get such early info and even possibly a pick as well, because of how fast you can fucking run and fight them early. So it's really good in that regard. This is jump to regain HP. You only gain 1 HP per jump, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, fucking ass, bro. I'm not jumping. 1 HP per jump? I'd rather fucking die, okay? Fuck that card. This one is enemy traps. Oh, allied traps are 30% bigger. Oh, the allied trap range is 30% bigger. This is pretty decent. But it also becomes very situational, so I just have to put it in B tier, like a high B tier one, because the nitro traps get bigger, pathogen traps get bigger, which is crazy because they can cover a bigger widespread and be more of a nuisance if put correctly. But it's a bit. Oh, I'm gonna put it in A tier, honestly, because it's not bad. Like, it's very good. I feel like because for 2 shards, you would pick it 100% if you're a defense player. Like, I think both teams would pick it. And if there's no really great cards, attacking players would ban that. I haven't come across it too much. This is when you regen near your teammates, which is pretty good. So when you're pushing together or playing post plant, you can sit and just heal your teammates back up to full HP just by standing next to each other. Very nice card. What's this one? Jump shot experts. While jumping, bullet spread range is significantly reduced. The spread of it, yes. I've barely used this card, so. This is good if you play like Corona and you're just going running around and shit, but very situational in the sense. I feel like it could be very good, and it's only worth 2 shards, so it's not too shabby. Feral Hogs, solid A tier. I've been knocked down by these guys a couple of times, and it's the most infuriating thing ever. And my god, you get disarmed as well by them. I'm pretty sure you get disarmed by them. Where is it? Friendly Redder follows you, knocking down it. Yeah, disarming him. So you get knocked down, your gun drops. You gotta pick your gun up. So if you're in a really shitty position and a Feral Hog hits you, you're going to die. They're gonna run around the corner and you're gonna die. You stick there with a little blaster pistol going, uh-oh. So it's GG for that. Very nice. This is very situational. I've never seen it go. A lot of teams have picked this because you get plus 10 damage for every time your teammate's dead. I've never seen it like win certain situations, like, oh, that plus 20% really made me win that fight. But like I said, it's situational. It can be a very good card, and the impact it has can be somewhat minimal. Like, you won't notice it, but the reason that you won that duel or you won that fight is because of that card. But I can't say for my perfect example because I don't really have any. I think it's a card that you can definitely pick, but a lot of other better cards for it. So I'm just going to put it in B tier for now. This one is in B tier as well. It's situational. It makes you dance, but you have to fire it, and it only has like a short kind of distance. So in certain maps, it's really good because you can like get early info where people are playing. If they're playing like backside, let's say for that map that has like the vent, you go down the vent, you can like ping back of B site, clear it out with that. Essentially, you get that info like a sonar pulse, but you only get limited range, so you can't get crazy from it. But it can also work really good on post plant if there's like a wall close to the bomb. So situational. Oh, this one's really good. Once you die, it exposes all enemies. So for 2 shards, amazing. Teammate dies. Oh, look at that. There's 2 on this side, 1 in mid, and 1's a rotating spawn and 1 spawn. Let's make a good plan and go this way with it. Like, it gives you detrimental info when your teammate dies. It's bad that your teammate died and maybe didn't get a retrade, but now you know where the whole enemy team is. So that's fucking solid. Flashbang, meh. It's sometimes good, but usually people just track you pretty well anyway. So sometimes it can fuck up their aim, but it also gives away your position when you're running down. Like, people can see the flashlight on the walls. So yeah, it's kind of meh. Plus you have to like turn it on if you want to turn it on and off, which can be a bit distracting at times. Vitality Staff, this heals. The fucking area of effect is very, very small, and someone has to carry it with them and then put it down. So it can be good, but like all the other healing ones are quite good. Like, I want to put it in A tier because it heals you. But I'll put it in A tier because in some instances it has saved everyone. So like, if you're pushing into a choke point, you can put it near the choke point, and when you take damage, you just come back and heal and then push out again. Playing post plan, everyone can heal while playing far back in main, but it also makes you group up. So if someone has a nade and they know you put the fucking pylon down, they shoot a nade, it's uh-oh territory. They can get triples if you're low enough, you know? So, but it is a healing ability, and it can help greatly to win the round. This is expose all enemies in where you died, I think it is. So there's enemies who damage you in 5 seconds. Yeah, so this is the same as the other one, but it's not as good. So I'm gonna put it into B tier because it's long durations for 5 seconds as well. So that's pretty damn good. So if 2 people rush you on a side and you got 2 people holding, one guy dies to 2 of them, you'll get that insta ping. So if they're pushing through smoke or they're falling back, you get to see that for 5 seconds. But there is a lot of better cards that you could pick that kind of do the same effect. So I'll definitely put that in a high B. This one is fucking S tier. Ban this shit anytime you're fucking attacking, man. This lets you go invisible while holding the converter. You could fucking shift walk. If there's no traps to give away your position, you can just fucking shift walk all the way into their spawn or behind everyone on site. Like, it is so ass. If you're fucking defending, this is insta-banned. I don't give a fuck. Everything else is fucking second to none to this card. And then you combo this with like the converter, like the extra converters, which I said was situational. You put that, bruh. Game over, brother. Everyone's gonna be carrying going invis. Like, it's a diabolical card. I've seen people win like 1v4s with this card because of how dumb it is. This card shouldn't be 2 shards. It should be like four shards. It's such a crazy good card. Mushrooms, very situational but very fun. You can jump really, really fucking far. I didn't know when I first played with this new card, this new edition, and I jumped straight into their mid. Like, I jumped so far, I landed on someone's head and I wasn't ready for it. So, I mean, if you push really fast as 5, this card can win you the game because you just straight in. Through the choke point, you've gone past it, like, bye-bye, but you got to be ready for it. But then, at the same time, it's worth 4 shards and there's some better cards that you could probably pick. But it's very good if you're doing a fast push, or you can even do a fast rotate if you go in the opposite direction. Dude, I'm so cooked, bro. There's so many more to go. It's minor. Is that when you steal the enemy after you steal the weapon after you kill him? Yeah. It's not that good. I mean, I'm not picking up anyone's weapon. I like my own weapon. D tier, unless you have like no ammo, like you killed someone, you got no ammo, then you can switch. Yeah. Pretty decent, but that is so mega situational. Low-key waits 2 shard. This is not as good. Sometimes people pick it, but I don't feel it. Like, it's kind of meh. This is kind of meh all around. Psychic Link is an A tier. Getting that free info early round, mid round, late round, fucking amazing for both sides of the game. So you get to see an enemy's perspective for a couple of seconds. And one, this can give you info of fucking where their whole team is, or if one's lurking, or what site they're pushing, or where, like, it's just so good. And sometimes you get their vision, you're like, oh, there's 2 pushing towards B main. I'm just gonna rotate. Like, it's very good. Very, very good card. Definitely banned quite a bit, depending on what's going on here. Slow bullets. This is an S tier for sure. It's not in competitive though. But fuck, if you ever played quick play and you've got this card against you, oh, it's a fucking nightmare, man. I hate that shit. Like, I'm shooting, I can see my bullets. Like, that's how slow they are. You can see your bullets moving towards them, and they just go, and they step out of the side to it, and you're just like, okay, cool. But you just get rolled anyway because the bullets are so fucking slow. It's so cheeks. This one stops movement speed, I think it is. This one. Oh shit. This one's movement speed. Oh no, this is knockback. Oh, knockback. I'll put it in A tier, high A tier. Knockback, it fucks you up hell bad. It knocks you back a couple of meters, and it fucks your entire aim. Like, you kind of get like, oh, what the fuck just happened? It also fucks up the enemy's aim as well. So it's kind of, if you're ready for it, it's pretty good. If you're not ready for it, you're in for a world of danger. It's pretty damn decent, but I wouldn't say it's S tier. BioWarrior with Explodey Boys. I think these isn't S tier, but it's a solid A tier. It's the same as the BioWarrior, but you come back as an Explodey Boy instead. So you can run up and just explode, which deals a fuck ton of damage. And I've seen it win rounds because people weren't aware that they explode because they thought they were the normal bio ones, but it's got a bomb in its head, bro. Like, come on, man. You can get double kills with it as well, so it's pretty damn good. But obviously, the downside is it's very low HP. Just shoot it and it dies like instantly. So, this is the same as the time usage, but it's for time skill. For 3 shards, it shaves down, I think it's 10 seconds for every kill. Reduces round by 10 seconds every kill. So let's say you're playing the game slowish, right? 30 seconds go by, right? And then out of 45, let's say 40 seconds go by, right? And it's a 3v2. So that means 5 people die. It's an extra 50 seconds. Like, those guys don't have much time to fucking get the bomb down and plant. So if you're a defense time, this is good, but if you're attacking, it's potentially banned depending on the selection in the pool. Definitely good. This one is the converter, snacks all the trap up. I've never really seen this used well at all. Most of the time the traps are all fucking used so that it doesn't go down. Every time I've picked it, I've never got to really see it in action. I mean, maybe if you save, like, your whole team saves traps or something, or I don't know, because it's like you push into a site, you destroy all their traps. So like you can't eat it. It doesn't eat those traps, those ones that could have timed it down. But maybe in the future we'll see some mad strat where everyone just like puts their traps on and it goes down in like crazy seconds. But for me, the technology just isn't there. Behind enemy lines, swap the spawn locations. I've only done this a couple of times in quick play. It's not crazy, crazy. Just switch the sides, but instead you plant. But that plus 40 seconds, yeah, nah, no thanks. That plus 40 seconds just by getting to a bomb site first and planting, nothing. Yeah, it doesn't, not crazy for me. Not a fan. We got driving rain. Heavy rain creates flood of air that slow down enemies. I've never really played too much with this, to be honest, guys. I haven't played too much of this. So yeah, I can't really speak on it. I'm just gonna go maybe like C tier because it slows down people and choke points. Shield rod, I would say A tier. Put it down, get everyone 25 shield, pick it back up, and then put it near the bomb site you plan on pushing. That extra 25 HP, exactly like heavy rain, but heavy rain is individual. You can play it anywhere on the map. This, you have to be in that little area of effect to recharge your shield, which in sometimes when your teammate might die. And then they've died with the rod close to the enemies and you can't really use it anymore. Or it's placed far back and you have to run all the way back to pick it back up and bring it to your team or recharge there. So it's good for the 25 extra shield, but it's not as good as like heavy rain, which is an S tier. Playing the bomb while invisible, you still get the fucking sound cue where they're planning. It's pretty meh. This one would be low-key better because you become invulnerable, but they're still pretty meh cards. 2 shards, not too bad if you got some extras popping in there, but not really. Archer, I haven't played with this card, so I could be completely wrong with how I fucking... It's just a quick play one, could be fun. I've never really used it, so I got no opinion on it. I'm just gonna whack it in C for the aestheticness of this tier list. Dude, I've never talked this fucking much in my life, dude. I'm actually struggling. And I was going to go to the fucking gym after this video, but it's taking so long to record that I'm just going to fucking edit this and go to bed, dude. Holy shenanigans. Initial scan after 10 seconds, right? After 10 seconds, it scans for 3 seconds. Correct. Oh. This is good for getting early info, but if they're not doing anything, like, it's just pretty basic. So for example, like if you're attacking, you just kind of sit in normal default spots all over the map and it's completely useless. It's a bit better for attacking side, but you can also just change your position out. So you're not crazy. This portal one isn't that good. It's just meh. Like, oh, you can mix it up and teleport to the other side and maybe catch a defender off guard or something like that. But yeah, it's not crazy impactful on the teleport map. Scanning. This is, I'd say, probably a B tier over a C. It's a bit better than these cards down here. So instead of getting scanned and getting wall hacks, they only ping on the minimap. I wouldn't say it's an A tier card, but it's a pretty decent card because if they got a lot of info abilities, it stops you from getting scanned through walls and shit. So it just comes up on the minimap. But people are quite aware what goes on their minimap, so it still gives that info to them. Choke, probably say fucking A tier. I'm not putting an S tier. Not putting in S tier because like some people just can't aim with it. Choke is where the shotgun becomes like a, what's the Call of Duty term of it? It becomes like a pellet So instead of all pellets, it's like a slug. There it is, it's a slug. It's like basically a slug round. It can do, it's all the pellets confined into one big bullet. And you can get a lot of damage done from long range with a shotgun. I've hit some nice fucking clips with it. But I wouldn't say it's an S tier card. It gets banned sometimes, but not overly banned all the time, because people have to be very precise with their aim to use this. Ally, oh, this is an S tier for sure. That makes allied traps invulnerable. So just whack a nitro bot, whack a nitro bot on both sites where they normally plant, and then you can't destroy it. It's Billy. This shit gets banned. I've never seen it actually in play because it's banned every single time it's been popped up. So amazing card, because the fact that you can just all go trap heroes and just place traps all everywhere, and you can't destroy them, like you're forced to trigger them. In Nitro's case, it makes her an SSS plus hero with that card activated. This trap here, this one's like invisible. Yeah, invisible traps, correct. This one's pretty decent, but it's not. I'd say it's like an A tier. It only happens when they trigger. So when they finally go off is when they become visible. This can help when playing different not lineups, sorry. When they're playing different situations on site. You can kind of mix it up and put them in really odd places because people can't see them. So pretty good. Banned a couple of times. Not picked all the time. But I want to put it like, I want to put it in B tier, I think, because it's like, I see a lot of these other cards being picked. It's not bad. It's not a bad card. It's a pretty good card, but it's not as good as most of these cards here. So I have to put it in the B tier. Soul Khan, I would say, is an A tier, only because you get full HP from it. So Soul Khan is, you kill someone and their soul goes above their body, and you can go interact with it and you become that Lancer. So I kill a hollow point, I go up to her, I collect her soul, I become a hollow point, but I get 150 HP back. So for that example, I kill a hollow point, I'm on 20 HP. Boom, back to full HP. But the risk is I got to go to that body. So that teammate could be crawling with other enemies. So you have to be very cautious, be very situational. But it's a really good card for 3 shards because you can get max HP again. But you will miss out on your ability. So you might switch to like a Jaeger, for example, that you don't know how to play. So mix and matches, but overall, in high rank lobbies, a lot of people know how to play most of the heroes. So this is very, very good. Scanning Bat, I'm going to put it in high B. The echolocation gives away your position, which is really shit. It's good when it goes to scan your enemies, but I can see the echo that comes off the bat where you are, and the bats are always next to you because they follow you around. So if I see the echolation through the wall, I know that you're there. So it's kind of like a positive and a negative card. It gives away your position, but it also gives away my position. So yeah, it's a B tier for me for that one. And this one is destructible. Oh, they can destroy the projectiles. Yeah. Not great use. I don't see anyone really shooting these, to be honest. I mean, in a clutch situation, like a hell fucking sick clutch, and they shoot the nade and doesn't explode, it's pretty cool, but yeah, it's pretty meh. Same with this one. Crouching doesn't get you, getting you fucking pinged by sonar and shit. I'll probably put that in B tier, but it's, yeah, very situational. Overall, I feel like because you're crouching and people can just nade spam you or shoot you a lot easier if they notice you. Overall, yeah, not amazing with what you can get done with other cards for that amount. High B for these Misty cards. These fuckers are annoying. The first time I got introduced, I got jump scared by the ghost looking dogs. So that was pretty cool. So basically they'd like hide, depending if you pick on attack or defense, they basically ping your location when they get near you, and it creates it all misty, and then they go towards you and they ping you live through the mist. So if you're creeping up and you don't shoot it, you get pinged with the wall hack, and the enemy can shoot you straight through the smokes, or straight through the mist, sorry. So these are pretty good. Depending on the teams you're playing, you might ban these occasionally. But these do get picked quite often. I would put it in A tier, but there is better cards than it and sometimes they're not picked always. You know what I mean? So it's S and B, S and A are always ones that always usually get picked. Reinforced doors, very situational. If they're always pushing aggressive towards doors and stuff like that, then it's good to have this automatically shut because it allows the defense to lessen the pressure on them at the start of the round. So not too bad. Thorns, solid B tier. This can be annoying, but it's not like crazy effective. It's useless for low-key attacking unless it's like post plan or watching flank. But other than that, defense, it can sometimes be okay, but yeah, I mean, it has its like good and day bad. Sometimes it's put in a good position, you don't see it, it can catch you off guard quite a lot and deal that damage to you. But it's also good just for getting like info when people push sites late round, or you have one in mid because you got no mid player and it pops giving notification that, oh, there's one pushing towards top mid. So in that sense, for sure, but overall, a lot of these cards are a lot better. This one is Butterfingers. After a period of continuous fight, enemies drop their prime. This one's ass. Thankfully, it's only in fucking quick play. Otherwise, I would commit seppuku in ranked if I fucking got that. Basically, you start firing, it just drops your fucking main primary weapon. You're like, uh-oh, I'm dead because I was fighting someone. So in that sense, like in quick play, like that's an S tier because like you might fire like 3 bullets. It's a bit random how many bullets you fire for it to go off, but yeah, S tier for sure. It feels hell weird putting like these cards in the S tier, even though they're not in ranked, but I have played it and I've got that used against me before, and it's been the most cancerous experience ever. So it's definitely S. Knife in the Dark, B tier, very situational. It's good that anyone can go invisible, so you can kind of get into like little advantageous situations when you're holding your knife out, so that you go plant the bomb, then you go sit in the corner with your knife out, and they won't clear you because you're not there unless they pre-fire you. Then you're fucking dead because you go out of invis because you got shot. But very situational. It can work really well in your favor, but a lot of the other S and A tier cards are just significantly better. Melee Rod, C tier. Like, I'll put it in B tier. Like, 'cause I mean, if you put the melee rod in certain choke points, it forces the enemy team to pull out their knife when they go through that choke point, which allows the defense time to fucking kill them. So it's really good in the defense side. Attacking side, you can maybe put it down like when you put the bomb down, or to stop the teammates from like the enemy team from like contesting you on a certain line into the mains or whatever. But it's really only good for defense, and it doesn't have a crazy AoE effect, so you could just like low-key smoke where the melee rod AoE is and then just dash through it and then pull your gun out while you're still in the smoke, or someone can just hold behind it with a gun, and then when you push through, they can be holding anyone that swings. So situational. Frozen traps, situational again. It destroys like any traps that have been laid down after a certain amount of period in the game. People just wait it out. Just don't put the traps down until wait out. That can force people to make a push, but a lot of people just don't anyway. So yeah. This one is like headshot damage, right? Enemy headshot damage minus 5%. So that's pretty good because you take less damage on headshot. It's like Iron Head. I'm not sure the statistics. It'd be great to get like a Mythbuster to test how much headshot damage that it negates depending on the extra 5% compared to Iron Heads. It's a pretty good card all round, but it's only good to put like maybe 1 or 2 in when you got the spare ones to put in. I like this card a lot. This is I'll put it in A tier. So when you're withdrawing from a fight, like you fighting or whatever, and you pull out your melee weapon, you get that really crazy dash to run away. This can help you greatly when trying to fucking get into a different position. I might put that into B tier actually. Because sometimes when you're fighting and you pull your knife out to run away, you might die. But it's also good to, like, if you're stuck in mid and you're fighting someone short and you hear another coming from bottom mid, you're like, oh shit, you just gotta pull your knife out and you can quickly get away before the bottom might get picked. So it's very situational. Once again, I've said that situational word too many times and my throat is kind of hate it now. Projectile scan is an A tier for sure. This scans wherever the nade lands, so you can nade spam effectively the whole site and get info where any of the defender players are sitting. and only for 2 shards. Fucking bomb ass. Wouldn't say it's an S tier card, but this is picked quite a lot, and I've banned this quite a lot of times when I'm on defense because getting pinged and nade spammed at the same time is fucking cancer. So no thank you. Reactive armor is, I would say, a very high A tier one. I almost want to put it in S tier. Because of the damage reduction from a shot, but like it's not crazy. So gain a 1-time shield with high damage reduction. So as long as I want to put an S tier, it's not like a shield of like 50 or something, but like you could, for example, you know someone's going to be sniping in mid. You can peek that angle knowing that your shield can protect you from that sniper shot. Also can stop you from maybe getting headshot at the initial fight. So you'll peek someone and they headshot you, but they don't because you got the reactive shield. So that allows you to get an extra free bullet in versus their bullet that's been negated by your shield. So if it was a little bit more damage, then maybe it's fine, but the fact it's only 1 bullet, it only really counters sniper angles and stuff like that. But it also helps you a little bit in fights. Get a kill and turn invisible. This is B tier. It's not really utilized really well. People just kind of like reposition. You still get audio cued, so if you run closer to the enemy, they know you're going to be there. And when you shoot, it goes away instantly as well. And also, I see the bug that if someone kills you with this card, you can see them on your dead body when it goes to like third person of your dead body. You can see them when they run. Even though they go invisible, you can see their player model run. It doesn't go invisible for death cam. So, you know, maybe that's something they need to fix, but yeah. This is movement speed and healing speed, isn't it? So many cards to remember. Notice enemy skills reduce damage over time and speed by. So that's pretty decent. Ugh. That's pretty decent. It's like the other card, but a little bit less cool. So I'll put that in A tier. It's like where is it? This card here, but a little bit less because it's focused on your enemy's one, not yourself. So it lessens the movement speed and healing of them, which can be very fucking annoying for sure. So I always want to put that in S tier, but I'm gonna put it in high A tier. Oh, but then again, if you put 5 shards into it though, that's the thing, right? So it's like, it's hard to tell. If like you put 5 shards into it, it's a minus 50%. So enemy skills reduce damage over time and speed by fucking 50% if you put 5 shards in it. And that's just them using skills though. So that's the condition. They have to use their skills for it to slow down. So if they don't use any skills, the card is completely useless once it's played. But the ignorance of the enemy team can never surprise you. So you may put 5 shards in this and people just use their abilities because they just fucking forget and it just feels natural, you know? It's like second nature to them to use their abilities. So that might work really well. But compared to the other one, it's not as great. So it has to sit in A tier. ADS healing, B tier, not that crazy, not a fan. Rain, this is is this where you're a top or bottom? The damage increase when you're below them. Damage 10% when you're lower on ground. Yeah, so this one's very situational. I'll probably just put this into B tier. You got to be on a lower percent, like, so for example, if you're pushing mid of where the stairs are. Sorry, I don't know the map names. There's this, I think it's Tundra actually. I don't know, but Tundra, there's a lot of higher angles for you to fight on, so that could be more beneficial to have this card. But in some maps, there's not many like high versus low terrain, so it can just kind of get outshined by every other card really. So but it's, yeah, actually I want to put it into C tier because it's like there's not many places that you can really use it, and if the team sees it, then it's not going to peek you, so it makes it completely useless. I'll do this one, vulnerable A and B. This is so situational. Whoopsies. This is so situational. You can if like you put a lot of points in there, but you can force people off the site and play like retake. And then when they play retake, you can get the bomb down, and they have to fight onto that site. But sometimes the site isn't engulfed enough, so they can play on different angles off site, but they can still hold the choke point inwards to site. So it can be very, very gritty in the card. So I mean, the vulnerability and them taking extra damage is always good. It's always good because it allows you to win more fights. But if they don't play in sight, the card is completely useless. And they just go to the other side. Or, for example, if you're attacking, you focus on that site, so they stack towards that site. And it kind of plays out of your book. So, Alright, what's this one here? This is +1. After picking up the enemy weapon, that weapon uses you. That's pretty good. But that's also very situational. I mean, it's always good to have an extra gun in your arsenal, so you pick up another fever. It'll be very great for me. But if you're winning and stomping him, this card's completely useless. So I'm just gonna put that as C. Sometimes it's good to have extras, but like, for example, I can just upgrade my gun. Like if I have an LMG and I prefer fever or the plasma. I got the plasma on, so I just call it plasma. Then you get another one of those. But for me, yeah, not too crazy. Anti-healing bullets. Not that great. You just gotta wait for the fucking thing to go away, which is bad, but it's also not crazy because sometimes you don't even have a healer. So it's just like healing error. I've seen people pick healing error when we don't even have a pathogen and we barely use any of the treasures to heal ourselves. So it's situational, but overall, there always has to be a pathogen. So that stops them from pathogen being so useful, but it does go away after a certain period of time. So not crazy. This one stops any elevators. This can be, I'm gonna put this in B tier because on the elevator map, when you're pushing short, that headshot angle that they hold from heaven is so fucking cancer. So just denying that to them is fucking amazing. It allows you to take that bottom heaven control a lot easier and forces them to only peek at the top, which can become a deadly fucking angle if people continue to keep peeking that, because from my experience, people peeking from heaven usually die quite often because there's so many angles you have to clear when you peek that angle. So in that sense, I'm gonna put it in A tier because of the control that it can gain for you. Holy shit, look how clean this list look. There's no gaps. No gaps until C tier. Oh, thick boy, thick boy. Oh my god, dude, this video's gonna be like fucking 2 hours long, bro. Regret, dude, regret. Weapon damage plus 30% for 5% after leaving invisibility. This is only good for invisible heroes. It's a very selfish card. Very selfish card. Very selfish. That's going to go into D tier because selfish players do not win games. This is the movement speed buff, which allows you to get that crazy movement speed when you disengage. When you pull out you fire and you pull out a knife and you run away. Same as the other one, but this requires only for you to pull out your your knife to run away, which can make it really easy. Because you're like, oh shit, running, rotate, quick, you know? But then again, situational, and sometimes pulling out a knife in a like very risky situation can just often result you in dying. So, they got this guy, Demon Eyes. You just take damage when you look at him. I've never, this is just a quick play only one. I've never seen it get like crazy use. So I'm just gonna whack it into B tier. That's just my opinion, boys. I've never really seen it crazy because it's quick play. I've never really seen it played too much. And sometimes I've just been looking through walls and nothing really happens. Tariff is a good B tier, but the enemy team could just fucking counter pick you. Like they just pick like 2 shard cards or something and it completely ruins this point, because if they only pick like 2 shards, let's pick this one here and they put like 2 in this one, and that means that copies that and just gets fucking 2 shards from you, and they spent 4 shards. If they spend like big boy 5 shards or something like that, then it's pretty worth it for sure. Or a 4 shard card, because they just get the exact shards back from using that card. Dude, I'm losing brain power and voice very quickly. Holy shit. Swap ass. Don't fucking swap with me. You have to also ask for permission when you ask for a swap, but like, I ain't swapping with you, dog. You put yourself in a shit ass position. Don't try and get me out of here, man. You know, no thank you, dude. No fucking thank you. Oh, I need to undo it. Situational, but yeah, I'm not switching with you, dog. Unlucky. Bullets do when you move faster. Yet again, it's like, it does do damage, but like you need to be running. So you need to be like hip firing while sprinting kind of thing to make it really good damage. Like if you're playing long distance and you're only like ADS walking, it doesn't do a crazy boost in damage. So it's not that great. I do like this card more, this B tier one. The less bullets in your mag. So when you start getting low in the mag, it starts doing extra damage. Obviously, I haven't got the like 1-for-1 of how much more damage it does compared to the percentage. But it's kind of like that placebo effect, right? If you have it, it might allow you to win more duels, allow you to win 1v2s, and so forth. So it's a card not to sleep on, but it's also a card that gets outshined by all these ones up here. I do like this one a lot more. You deal more damage when you're injured, and usually you're injured most of the game. You never stick in full HP ever, unless maybe you're just hogging pathogen heals the whole time. But usually you're always injured, so having this card is pretty damn good. I almost want to put it in A tier, but I don't know the exact... I'm putting it in A tier because I feel like you can get a lot of use out of this. Extra damage in one-on-one duels, especially if you've been injured, can allow you to win that 1v2 duel while being injured. So fucking up the boys, we take that. And this one is replenish skills once they're destroyed. That's a solid A tier for me as well. I mean, who doesn't want to get their traps back? So if you're playing Nitro and you have traps all set up on B bomb site and you rotate off and then they push in, you get the info that they're pushing in, they destroy both your traps and they both recharge. So then you can reuse them while retaking the site, which is really good because usually your traps die when they push into the site that you were holding and you can't get to use them anymore, but allowing to use them again while retaking is really good because especially Nitro, you can just throw them above their head into like main or into little crevices that they have to shoot, otherwise they get shot at and give away their position and take damage. So, but yeah, that's it. That is my fucking list. Holy shit, we fucking did it. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my goodness. Not many in D and F tier, to be honest. I mean, maybe I'm a bit of an optimistic man, and I always look at the positive sides to each card, which I guess can be bad because I'm like, oh, it could be good in this situation. That's why I'm not going to write it off completely. But then again, I did say at the start, S and A are like 100% picks and bans, and then B and C are situation, the D and F are like, don't fucking bother with it. So... yeah, fucking Struth, boys. There it is. I got not much to say, man. My voice is fucking gone. You've actually murdered my fucking voice, guys. I sound like a fucking wreck. I'm not going to the fucking gym, dude. I'm gonna go fucking lay down. Anyway, boys, thank you so much for tuning in. Holy fuck. I hope you enjoyed. If you actually stick to the end to finish, mate, like you watched the whole thing, you're a fucking legend, mate. You're a fucking legend. I appreciate everyone that's supporting me recently, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Mwah.